our parent company, Town Square Media.
If we take the jail first, we'll have a place to lock up all the others. Then there's Keeler. He took over the bank as soon as the judge was murdered.
But I think that's because when you make tough decisions, you're left to deal with the repercussions.
But seriously, dear, I've done so many of these shows across the nation, helped so many people, and guided them to my website. And
look at this.
What is this, a joke program? I mean, what type of a program are you running here?
Here comes the ball.
Go.
Did you hear that hair?
Be hungry. First on Fox Sports.
New York!
Morning radio personality Bill Keeler is no longer on the air. He was fired yesterday over a contract.
Father O'Shaughnessy?
Yes.
Great Paul, well in Lynchburg, Virginia. How are you?
Good morning. Go to hell! Well, good morning. It's going to be a little, I almost feel like you could say fall-like at times this week, but really nice fall weather, which sometimes after Labor Day we just don't get. Other times, you never know what you're going to get. In studio here this morning is Manaski, our guest host here this morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Well, there's two things. First of all, it is a dramatic change this morning from what we've seen
50s,
recently.
52, 51 right now. I'm sorry, we're at 51. Sunshine.
It's foggy out there, and it's noticeably cooler. The other thing is there were two driveways I delivered to last week, only two, it was noticeable, that had leaves coming down. And I didn't understand. It was 90-something. And it's early.
You have certain trees that will shed a little earlier than others. At least I find
so.
I find that out in my yard, especially a lot of the decorative type, like the trees that flower a lot in the spring. I mean, I pay attention, very close attention to this because those leaves get all over the place and in your pool and stuff, and I have a few of them to deal with. But I'm who knows? They're predicting we're going to have a warmer than normal fall. But do they really know? Can they really tell you? Although
I don't know.
Sometimes,
Was it supposed to rain yesterday?
For instance, I watched the news, and the meteorologist on the news was like, "We'll have looks like a moderate chance of a scattered shower between like 1 and 4." And other than that, just a beautiful day, sunshine today. It was really humid, became overcast, and we got a lot of rain. And it wasn't 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock or 4. It was like, I don't know, 5:30 or something, and all of a sudden, the 5 o'clock, the rain was coming down. And we needed it.
We needed it, yeah, but we didn't get enough to. I mean,
although where I was, it rained for probably a good hour.
Yeah,
and that is the first time. I'm telling you, it's the first time since we've gotten home from vacation that it has rained at my house. Every strand of grass that we have is like brown.
Yeah. So
anyway,
I mowed yesterday because the weeds will still grow.
They do,
and
grow.
They needed to be leveled off, if you will. But did I hear correctly? Did the Farmer's Almanac come out last week and say we're going to have another repeat of last winter?
Probably.
That was the talk at one of my stops that I made.
Okay.
They
Well,
were in there
I hope
all
you
discussing.
talked them down and said, okay, they didn't predict the winter that we got last year. Why do you think they're going to predict last year's winter for this year?
Yeah, I hope they're wrong.
And it's kind of like I equate the Farmer's Almanac, and I have this discussion with my mother who really believes in it. And I feel like it's like when you go to the psychic. It's like I see someone in your life starting with the letter M, and you're like, I don't know
It's always
anybody
M.
I don't know anybody M. I mean, Well, there is that my mail carrier. His name is Mabel. Well, there it is. Mabel's going. What that means is Mabel's going to bring you something really lucrative in the mail. And see, I told you I knew exactly what I'm talking about as your psychic. And I really feel like the Farmer's Almanac does the same thing.
I think you're right. The point being, and
unfortunately, so does your local meteorologist.
It took us a while to get here. How can they predict months in advance when they struggle with what time it's going to rain today?
I know. Well, and interesting when you think about it, this type of forecasting has been done since the forever, right? Since Ben Franklin started the first almanac or whatever. They use age-old traditions to determine the weather. However, Ray Stajic will tell you from the Weather Channel, I struggle with predicting the first 2 days out. Anything past that, I don't want to touch.
Right.
And that's Ray.
You know, it's like the old saying, there's only two professions that you can be wrong more than half of the time and still keep your job. Meteorologists and youth baseball umpires.
And isn't it horseshoes and horseshoes? I felt everybody was around the TV, right, watching the Trump Putin thing, and I don't know. I felt dirty afterwards. I thought Trump was French kissing him at one point. Totally, we got nothing out of this, and Trump went in with all of these things. I'm gonna. If we don't get a ceasefire, and we only want a ceasefire, the key is to a ceasefire is that you take away some of Putin's ability to continue an advantage in negotiation. And Trump came out of it completely agreeing with Putin and not agreeing with our Western allies and with Ukraine. And I just don't know what's going to come in this meeting today when European leaders and Zelensky come to Washington today. I certainly hope we have Ukraine's back, and because right now Russia is celebrating in their media, they're celebrating. And even the point where somebody said to me over the weekend, did you hear what Putin said? Putin said that the war wouldn't have happened if Biden had Trump been in office. And I'm like, you don't think you can believe what Putin says, right? Of course he's going to say that because, to be honest with you, he likes having Trump in there because Trump changes his mind. He completely changed his mind. Take it for what you want. It's right there for you to read. And I know that Marco Rubio did his best, and I give him a great deal of credit yesterday, trying to put lipstick on a pig yesterday on Meet the Press and other programs. But, oh boy, we'll see where all of this goes. This is not a victory by any means. We should not be celebrating. We'll see. Guess what, though? Let's see what the Europeans say and what Zelensky says today. Ryan Schmelz, will talk to him about that coming up in a bit. Also, a possible 2026 presidential candidate. Governor Newsom is acting all weird these days, although when you say that says a lot, right? Because there's been weirdness for a long time, but this seems to be elevated to the point where, I don't know, he's talking smack, he's talking tough, he's dropping swear words, dropping F-bombs. He may be running for president in 2026, but that's a long ways away. It
is a long way away. There's a couple of things that he notably changed his mind on. One is youth sports, boys and changing over and playing women's sports. And the other is it kind of made me laugh when I heard the clip of him where he kind of went, this homeless thing, we got to do something about this, huh?
That's right. Where has he been? Well, when you don't live in that environment and you don't see it, or you look the other way, you don't even know it exists. Like, what is this? Where are all these people coming from, these homeless people?
So,
yeah. Anyway, we'll deal with that.
Who's running for California governor? Kamala's not, and Newsom is not.
I don't even. And let me tell you, this New York governor thing is a debacle. What a mess there, and we'll talk about that a little bit, too. We have the Thruway Authority Executive Director on, Frank Hoare, with an update on the progress on bridge work in the area and a public hearing. There'll be bridge work coming in Utica before you know it, in North Utica. In studio, Sarah Foster Calero is the president of Oneida County Tourism. There's a story today. It's not a story, but all I had a couple people call me and say, that the KDILO is really trashing you today on her video. Now, I haven't seen it as of yet, but there are things where she's saying, here's a couple things. She says, he attacked me for ratings purposes. Okay, it's the middle of the summer. We're not in our ratings period there. We're not in our ratings period. So if I was attacking you for the ratings,
you should save it.
Right? I'm going to save it. I'm going to save it when the ratings begin in like late September. The other thing is, and why not? She always has to have a boogeyman? Have you noticed that? There's always got to be the boogeyman that she can say is coming after her for personal reasons. Let's just get the whole thing straight. You have a debacle in that alleyway. It looks horrible. It is a trash collector. The abrasiveness of the flooring just collects any debris that flies through there. You can't get vomit out of it. They've really tried, and when you try to use a pressure washer, I'm told it brings up the flooring. They use this glass type flooring that was sprayed on there, and when you use a pressure washer, it brings it right up, puts it right in, and people track it right into the street. Nonetheless, here's the only thing that matters. You have a group of legitimate business people who are successful down there, and that includes Hotel Utica, and it's not Bite Bakery anymore. It's Need
to cook, need to bake,
and she's saying these are people this is my other favorite. These are people that are sponsors with Keeler, and that's why he's doing this.
Wait, did she say that?
Yeah. None of them are sponsors. Nancy Ford is a close friend, and yes, I have heard her complain about this for quite a while. But then you're getting the Need Bakery, not sponsors. Let me tell you, they're as much of a sponsor as KDILO's now closed business. Now, let's not forget, I do have sympathy on her. No one wants to be evicted, and she was in the middle of an eviction hearing. They were trying to get her out, and she was claiming that she had a lifelong lease. Have you ever heard of such a thing? No. I have a lease. When I signed the lease, they told me it was lifelong. It was forever. It's a forever lease, meaning I'm going to continue to pay this under market rent for my office and my coffee shop. I'm going to continue to pay that forever as long as I want to. And they said, no, there are new owners, and there is no such thing as a forever lease. And if there is, could you show me in the lease where it says there's a forever lease? Now, I don't know factually completely on this, but this is what I was getting from someone who was in the courtroom. So have you ever heard of the forever lease? So if it's there, show me the forever section, the forever clause that's in your lease.
So hold on. What happened was
she's been looking forever. She's not been able to find it.
This is a simple case of mistaken identity. She confused the lease with the forever stamp. If you buy it now at this price,
yes, that's
you
right.
can use that stamp. Even if the price of the stamp doubles,
you're right.
You can use the forever stamp.
Anyway,
but wait a minute. Whoever did that. So if I don't rent, but if I'm renting an apartment right now or a house or whatever, and they say let's just take a round number, $1,000 a month, and they say even if we sell the house, you're still only going to pay $1,000 a month.
Now, if you have a lease that goes through a certain date, that lease will carry over to a new owner. So let's say your lease is good through 2030. The problem is her lease had expired, and they were just continuing the previous lease year by year. So she was basically going year by year. But listen, I know. I've been in business. I know it's hard to make payroll, and I understand that, and it's not easy. I do not. And she's selling coffee, right? And taking care of the world's. I mean, the survival of Utica as a council person. So she's a busy person. I understand that. So I'm just saying I do feel bad that she has been evicted. And I believe she has a new place that she's going to be opening, and it's right near the old place. That's what I've heard. I don't know of any of the truth here. We'll find out when we get her on. But to come back and go after me because I'm standing up for these business owners down there and they're being dismissed, I don't think I'm good with being on that side of this argument. And you got people like Ann Sullivan coming out and attacking me and all of these other people.
Are you serious?
I swear to God.
Is this 1997?
Like, listen, where are the dinosaurs? Let me see if I can point them all out. Well, you're one, too. Not really. You're about 10 years older than I am. But talk about relevance. That's my point. Let's talk about relevance.
So I have
all
some
of this. You're right. This
social
is like
media
a
to
trip,
watch during the break.
This is a trip back into the 1990s. So that's been enjoyable, and I swear to you, I've not read any of it. So you'll have to. I feel free to. We had a busy weekend. There's stuff going on. We have family in town this week. There's a whole there's a whole bunch of stuff going on. So if you can find anything, any golden nuggets, please feel free to. We'll go by point is what we should do. All right. Did I miss Schmelz or what?
Programming update. We moved him to 45 at 8:45.
Perfect. Let's do an update on the news coming up here, and we'll do more.
I need to watch this video.
You want to pipe in, please? If you are on her side and feel that I was horrific,
call.
John in Bridgewater did feel that way, though.
Did he?
Yeah. Then please call me. Call us, 315-736-0186.
Chuck Lester weighing in on Trump also.
John and Bridgewater says, Chuck, you're not going to defend. Of course he is. He has, what do they call that? TDS, Trump delusional syndrome, where Trump can do no wrong no matter what. Yeah. Bill, Farmer's Almanac is good for one thing, starting my burn barrel waste of money. Okay, thank you, John. I think I'm with you there on that. Could we stop talking about the alley story for a segment or two? It's getting old. Listen, I'm not talking about the alley story.
For a segment or two?
I'm talking about me. This is from me in Rome. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about her age-old attacks. She's got to have a boogeyman, and that's what it's about. It's really not the alleyway. And we're not going to stop. I do want to have Manansky read some of these. And
yes.
It's like story time. It's going to be like story time. Manansky's going to read to us. 6:38, quick break. We'll come back at WIBX.
Hi, this is Ray Durso of the Genesis Group. I have a message for all you golfers. Hit 'em high, watch 'em fly. Hit 'em low, and watch 'em go. Join us on Friday, September 12th at Crestwood Golf Course in Marcy for the Genesis Group 2-hole 9-person golf tournament. All funds received will support our small business assistance program. You can register online, thegenesisgroup.org, thegenesisgroup.org. It's $100 per person for golf and so much more. Join us Friday, September 12th.
Here's the latest from the WIBX newsroom. I'm Doug Callum. The Oneida City School District made a decision on where high schoolers will be attending class at the end of last week. Those students will be attending Otto Shortell Middle School during the first half of the school day, and middle schoolers will use it for the second half. Oneida High School is not available due to severe damage caused by flooding back in June. Details about scheduling and transportation will be revealed at a later date. The school year begins September 4th. Last week, we told you about a double-digit National Grid rate increase. Now, a state lawmaker is introducing a bill aimed at reversing National Grid's upcoming rate hike. The Public Service Commission approved the company's request to raise the average bill by $22 a month starting in September. Assemblyman Angelo Sarantibabara's proposal would allow state lawmakers to review and possibly reverse the increase when the legislature returns in January. Under current law, the PSC has sole authority to approve the hikes. A story that broke Friday, Herkimer police say it was a homeless man, 52-year-old Craig Turner, who is now in custody following a shooting on North Main Street in the Village at about 10:40 p.m. Thursday night. Police Chief Mike Jory says Turner has been charged with attempted murder, second, assault in the first degree with a firearm, and several other charges. Both he and the victim were listed in stable condition at Wynn over the weekend. People are asking why the concrete sidewalks in the Village of New Hartford, poured last season, had to be repaired this summer. It turns out a substandard grade of concrete was poured by the state last year. They noticed premature degrading, and the state was forced to do it all over again, pull out the old concrete and put in brand new concrete this summer. Local motorists are handing over just a little less of their hard-earned money when it comes to filling their vehicles. AAA says the average cost for a gallon of regular fuel right now is $3.08. That's down a penny in the past week, and it's 4 cents less than what folks were paying at this time last month. And that is the latest. I'm Doug Callan for WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Sunny and cooler today as we start off the business week. Temperatures this afternoon reaching highs in the upper part of the 70s. Partly cloudy skies here tonight, low 50s. Clouds mix in with the sunshine tomorrow. Afternoon highs Tuesday near 80. Chance of showers Tuesday night. More showers, even storms Wednesday, mid-70s. I'm Ken Boone from the Weather Channel on WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
No, sorry, we're 51 and sunny right now. We're debating with Manaski right now. I think we should wait because I have the audio and of the video. Does that make any sense? I have the audio
of the video.
The video. And instead of...
I know more than anybody that all is fair in love and politics. So I expect the bullying, the political theater, the blaming, it's all part of the job. And while I've given up on expecting equal treatment, I do still expect fair treatment for myself and all Uticans. So I was on the Bill Keeler show this week. Bill asked me to go on to discuss the Alleyway and the permitted parties
I thought
that
we
have
weren't
been
going to do
happening
this now.
You're right, we're not. But have you noticed, like, here, I want to do this for a second. I wish I had a way to edit this. I want you to listen to me for a second. What segment does this remind you of? I wish I had a way to edit it. Listen.
I know more than anybody that all is fair in love and politics. So I expect the bullying, the political theater, the blaming, it's all part of the job. And while I've given up on expecting equal treatment, I do still expect fair treatment for myself and all Uticans. So I was on the Bill Keeler show this week.
Don't you think the next statement should be, I'm Kim Commando? Right? I mean, she sounds, her delivery is now Kim Commando.
I know more than anybody that all is fair in love and politics. So I expect the bullying, the political theater, the blaming, it's all part of the job. And while
I'm Kim Commando, right?
I have to say, whether you agree
We're going to do this after the free money question.
Okay.
We're going to do it after the free money question.
Whether you agree with what she's saying or not, I think
it's entertaining.
It is entertaining, but she's found there's an effectiveness to her going out. She's good with these videos. Nobody else at the council level is on social media
like her.
I'm not saying whether I agree or not, but there's a couple of things. I only listened to the first half of the video. We have to do this on the air.
All right, we're going to do this at 7:38. All right, and please tune in with your opinions. You can even go and watch the video if you want, or we'll play clips of it. Coming up here. I'm very excited about it, and she's going to go down the road of this being a Republican, me supporting Republicans because they pay me thousands of dollars to support them. This is city of Utica politics. It has nothing to do with, in my opinion, Republican or Democrat, does it?
Can we ask Chuck Lester? Chuck, Bill always runs to the side of Republicans, does he not?
He's mad because I said
adamant
Trump
supporter
was French kissing Putin on the world stage on Friday. That's what he's upset about. Let me go to Ryan Schmelz, Fox News Radio. Ryan, good morning.
What did you do?
I don't know. Apparently, I just can't stop stepping in it. And
of course not. Of course not. Well, I can tell you this. Of all the hosts I do, you are probably the most middle-of-the-road one that I deal with. So I will say that out loud for you.
I try to look at. I feel that both sides are eligible to be ripped on based on the world we're living in right now politically. So that's just it's my opinion. I really believe that, and I'm really disgusted by a lot of politics. No party is excluded, in my opinion. Speaking of that. My wife, I swear, my wife is a Democrat. She's a teacher. Those policies of Democrats are aligned with her beliefs tremendously, and in some cases mine, and in some cases mine as well. But I also believe in many Republican values as well, which places me in this conundrum. But I got to say, the other day she said, "What is going on with this Gavin Newsom? He's like acting weird all of a sudden, even more so than normal in his interviews." And Ryan, we now know, really, I mean, I'm pretty sure he's considering a run for president.
Well, what did you think of the Donald Trump parody tweet they had, where he pretty much, I guess, like tried to imitate a President Trump Truth Social post on Twitter, and then he ended it with "Thank you for your attention to this matter," all caps. So, I mean, yes, like Gavin Newsom is
that was the specific moment my wife said he's like really weird all of a sudden. And it's true.
Yeah, and he's in a position where he is able to probably combat President Trump the most, at least within his state. He's obviously already has a huge profile just from being governor of California and some of the other things that come apart with that. So, Democrats, like when you're in the House right now, for example, it's always been long known that being in the House of Representatives when you're in the minority is the worst position to be in, because it's the hardest position to get attention. But, right now it's even harder, because not only are House Democrats in the minority, they're also in the minority when President Trump is the president of the United States. So he eats up a lot of the attention. Gavin Newsom has been kind of that face of the person who can combat Donald Trump right now. And, of course, the rumors about him running for president, they go back all the way to 2024. So it's not like this is anything new. It's just even more exacerbated now, because now he's kind of seen as the front runner.
Yeah. The front runner in a field, which, by the way, means in politics these days, it means absolutely nothing, right? The person you think is the front runner, and all of a sudden somebody out of nowhere shows up, or Donald Trump is like the monkey wrench in the Republican side of that. But you're right. He is the guy. He's the guy that a lot of people are saying he could be the one who runs for president. Probably has the best shot against whoever, whether it be J.D. Vance.
I don't know about that.
Right. And I
don't know if that's the belief. Yeah, because I mean, we're looking at a field that's going to be massive potentially.
You're right.
So keep that in mind.
I'm simply saying this is what people are saying. I don't believe he is the best shot. The Democrats need someone from middle America who looks like everybody else, who, when you look and hear from this person, they could be a Republican or a Democrat. That's what they need, and I'm not sure that's who they're going to select.
Yeah, and obviously I talked to a lot of people in Kentucky because I used to work there, and we have an affiliate there. And that is a state where you have a governor who people believe has a very favorable map, if depending on what it looks like. Democrats haven't truly set the map yet, but if a state like South Carolina is going to be first, well, he's a Southern governor.
Yeah.
So he's kind of in the position to win that first state, even if it's going to be a crowded field. And then you take a state like Iowa, which could be early on in the map too. Well, a Southern governor probably fits well with that base as well. So
yeah, that's a really good point. I didn't even think about it. I didn't think about locale, but you're right. An elite big city Democrat is not what the Democrats probably need.
Yeah, and we'll obviously have to wait and see how the field pans out, who else runs and everything. But that's going to be the challenge for any person right now, is going to be how are they going to get cut through and make themselves the face when it's going to be such potentially a crowded field. And it's going to be hard to separate yourself, especially because Donald Trump will still be president and he'll still be eating up a lot of the media attention.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. Yeah, if you think Trump is going to go away, if he's not running, when he's not running, think again. And you know what is interesting? Since he has been, since the year he began to run, he has been able to be, had the power to be able to say, if you don't agree with me, I have such a loyal following, we're going to primary you, and you will be done. And we've seen countless Republicans drop since 2016.
Yep, and there have been some who have been successful, like Nancy Mace, who has ironically now become a huge Trump loyalist. And there's been others who've been able to survive their primaries as well. But yes, there have been some who've definitely been victim of President Trump's primary push, and it can be a costly venture for sure.
Yeah. Let's see. I did want to break away from talk about another topic. If you do, you have something to add, Manaski?
I do have a hit at
you do.
but I can call back. I can call you back.
No, that's all right. We're good. Listen, we're going to talk about the Ravens another time.
Okay.
All right. You have a great day. We'll talk to you soon. Thank you.
Sounds good, boys. Thank you.
Right. Thanks so much, Ryan Schmelz. We have a good time with Ryan, and I like him. And to be honest with you, there's not a Fox host that we have that we don't like. They're good.
They are.
We're really
outstanding,
and
Ryan
we're really
phenomenal.
lucky to have them each morning at our disposal. That's a pretty big deal. All right, and then of course, I'm just going to tell you right now, we are working on. I'm working on it at the early stages right now. But Jimmy Fallon, coming back Saturday, December 13th, as part of the WIBX 100th anniversary.
Awesome.
So just mark that down on your calendar. And I'm waiting for Davey to negotiate the deal. As soon as he's done, we'll be We'll be good to go.
Yeah, I'm working behind the scenes.
Yes, very hard, very hard.
Give me a tray of greens. Okay, I need you to get me a tray of greens.
I
Jimmy will
can't
give to me.
say this in public, but we were talking about maybe having Hannity come up as well. But I want to tell you, Manaski, and I want your reaction. Do you know what Hannity is getting? He doesn't do a ton of shows, but you know what he's getting right now? Don't guess, but I'm going to tell you.
Here, you have got to be kidding me. Oh, the number I was going to say I thought was ridiculous. That is insane.
Yeah. I don't have a venue large enough. I got a break, but I'm going to tell you something. Jimmy, I got to tell you, Jimmy's up in that range, but he loves Utica rum, Mohawk Valley. This is
he loves me.
He loves Davey. He considers this one of the first. Because of you, Manasseh, you selected Jimmy Fallon.
I did.
He considers this his home market because we were the first.
I love it.
And
Jimmy's
we were
awesome.
the first to bring him up to do a comedy show. So that's why, to me, that's loyalty that you don't find these days. You just don't find it. Quick break, and we'll come back. I got a bunch to squeeze in before 7.
You hear that? That's the sound of your business losing money. Legacy phone systems weren't built for today's teams. Open Phone gives your business a smarter way to stay connected. Open Phone lets you manage calls, texts, voicemail, and contacts all in one place so that you and your team can deliver a seamless customer experience from ring to... Need to take calls on the go? Open Phone automatically transcribes, summarizes, and highlights next steps from every call, so you never miss a detail. Need insight into what closes a sale? With Open Phone's AI call tags, you can instantly spot key topics like objections or pricing questions, and use those insights to coach your team and level up every customer interaction. And yes, you can bring your existing number with you for free. Keep your team in sync and your customers happy with Open Phone. Open Phone. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Open Phone for free at openphone.com/free and get 20% off your first 6 months. That's openphone.com/free. openphone.com/FREE.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them. They have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go. And that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Utica and the Mohawk Valley, everyone knows that Labor Day is probably one of the greatest times of the year to get a great deal on a mattress, and Mattress Express's Labor Day sale is on. Now, no one else in New York State has all these brands under one roof, and right now, save up to $1,350 on names like Tempur-Pedic, Stearns & Foster, Sealy, Purple, Puffy, the Smart Bed by Instant Comfort, Posh and Lavish, Simmons Beauty Rest Black, Serta Eye Comfort, and Avocado. Take up to 5 years to pay with no money down for qualified buyers. Bumps or bruises on your credit, we don't care. We've got no credit check payment plans. In Oneida, in the Glenwood Plaza by the movie theaters, in New Hartford on Commercial Drive next to Pet Supplies Plus. Take advantage of our guaranteed lowest price program. Bring in any locally advertised price on a mattress we carry. We'll beat it. See it advertised for less within 90 days after purchase. Bring it to our attention. We'll refund the difference. Go to mattressexpressny.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Celebrating 100 years.
This is Keeler.
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Now back to the Keeler Show.
All right, I gotta say, me, he goes by me. I say me, it could be a she. Me in Rome. I'm surprised you didn't ask Ryan Schmelz what he thought about the Katie Aiello situation. By the way, I gotta say on the Katie Aiello thing, she titles her post 16 hours ago, "Back Alley Politics" is what she has entitled it.
Well,
I think that's kind of funny.
I think that's a good name for her video. That's what I mean. I think she's good at this.
She's social media savvy. There's no doubt about it.
Whether you agree with her or not is another thing.
I'm Kim Commando. I think she should change her name to Kim Commando. She sounds just like Kim Commando. The delivery. Okay, Davey, what did you think? The Bills, what was it, 36 or 38-0?
38-0.
Oh, boy. And there were only 2 starters that played the entire game. And one of them was, what's his name, who died on the field?
Damar Hamlin.
Damar Hamlin. We have a safety problem.
Yeah,
the Bills are going to have to address that.
Yes.
So the Chicago Bears started with their starters,
Williams,
and they went. I don't know, most of the first quarter, and then they began bringing in second string. The Bills played second string all game long and just got clobbered. Do you have an opinion on the game?
Opinion is Mike White and Mike White look pretty good, but the biggest concern is what we discussed earlier. They do have a safety issue.
Yeah. Do you think the Bills have an issue where they may be in a little trouble after losing 2 games? They lose to the Giants and then get destroyed?
Preseason only means auditioning players. It
That's
don't
right.
mean, it doesn't
Do you
really
remember
mean
last?
anything.
Do me a favor, Davey. While Manaski and I talk, go look up the score of the preseason game last year between the Bills and the Bears. You know, the Bills played the Bears last year.
Yeah.
Look up the score.
Okay.
All right, and report back to us before 7. You only have 2 minutes. You have 1 minute. Manaski, the Mets.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know, but they've just won 2 games in a row. And they won their first series in weeks.
Yeah, maybe this month was the first series
definitely
win.
this month, because they had lost 10 in a row or something.
So I guess I went back and looked.
33-6. The Bills were beaten by the Chicago Bears last year in preseason. So, how much does yesterday's game you learn from it? Hopefully they learn from it. All right, Manaski, quickly. 20
No, just
seconds.
the Mets is. It's been amazing how they've just fall off a
Terrible
cliff. They
fall.
won 7 in a row, lost 7. I don't know. I hope they can turn it around. But Philly's running away now.
We'll talk a little bit. Actually, the Phillies have lost 4 of their last 6 games. That's what's kept the Mets in it.
6 games out.
5 games out now. 5 games out after last night. Got a break news coming up top of the hour. Hold tight.
From the Stanley Theater Studios, WIBX Utica, Rome, WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM, celebrating 100 years.
Volodymyr Zelensky returns. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. Ukraine's leader will go to the White House 6 months after a contentious visit.
Your country's in big trouble. Wait a minute. No. You've done a lot of talking.
This time around, Zelensky's not coming alone. He'll be joined by leaders from NATO and Europe, leading some to suggest he'll get protection.
This is such a stupid media narrative that they're coming here tomorrow because Trump is going to bully Zelensky into a bad deal. We've been working with these people for weeks on this stuff.
Secretary of State Marco Rubio also tells CBS Face the Nation
the best way to end this conflict is through a full peace deal. There's no doubt about that.
As for today's meeting, well, Fox's Jared Halpern is reporting from the White House.
President Trump spoke with many of those leaders following his Friday summit in Alaska with Russian President Vladimir Putin. Following those talks, a ceasefire was not reached, but the president insists progress was made to strike a full peace agreement. U.S. officials have suggested potential land swaps coupled with U.S.-backed security guarantees for Ukraine.
As the war keeps raging, in an attack Zelensky says was intentional ahead of today's Washington talks, Russia bombed Zaporizhia, killing at least 3 people, wounding 20. 3 police officers shot late last night in Tremonton, Utah, responding to a disturbance.
Upon arrival, they immediately began taking fire. They requested additional units and then stopped answering their radio.
Brigham City Detective Crystal Beck, we don't know how badly wounded the officers are. The suspected gunman was later taken into custody. Hurricane Aaron remains a powerful Category 4 storm passing east of the Bahamas. Then Fox meteorologist Adam Klotz tells us it'll move away from the U.S.
We really are dodging a bullet with this. As it heads north, it weakens slowly, but what you'll notice is really staying away from all sort of landfall, particularly here in the United States.
Though Aaron would whip up the surf along the East Coast, even potentially cause some flooding. But America's listening to Fox News.
A couple years ago, I was in the bathroom at the airport when I dropped my smartphone in the toilet. Not smart. I was multitasking when I should have been focused on the job at hand. Embarrassing, but I'm not alone. According to Google, 7 million other multitaskers accidentally dropped their phones into the bowl last year. A gentle reminder that right now you can get yourself a brand new Samsung Galaxy A36 absolutely free with a $35 plan from Pure Talk. The A36 comes with scratch-resistant Gorilla Glass and a battery that'll last all day, along with unlimited talk, text, and data on America's most dependable 5G network. In other words, it's tough and smart. Something to think about next time you're multitasking in the necessary. Just dial pound 250, say keyword micro to get your free phone today. You can make the switch in just 10 minutes. That's pound 250. Say Mike Rowe to switch to a no-nonsense smartphone and a company that actually stands for something. Pure Talk.
The search for more information continues in the Jeffrey Epstein case, and his death in jail by suicide as he awaited trial for sex trafficking of underage girls may be part of the conversation today as a House committee talks to a former AG.
President Trump's former Attorney General William Barr will be the first of a long list of officials from the Bush, Clinton, Obama, and Trump administrations to sit for a deposition with the House Oversight Committee. The committee on a bipartisan basis voted to issue the subpoenas for testimony related to the cases involving late convicted sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein and associate Ghislaine Maxwell. Bill and Hillary Clinton have also received subpoenas for testimony, and Chairman James Comer has also issued a subpoena to the Department of Justice for records related to Epstein. In Washington, Ryan Schmelz, Fox News.
Yet another illegal immigrant could be deported, but this one wasn't captured in a raid.
Authorities say 42-year-old Harjinder Singh attempted an illegal U-turn with a semi-truck, causing a collision that killed 3 people in a minivan. Singh is now facing deportation and 3 counts of vehicular homicide after the deadly crash, which happened on Florida's Turnpike near Fort Pierce last Tuesday. Singh, who reportedly entered the country in 2018 and obtained a California commercial driver's license, remains in custody. Immigration officials have issued a detainer as the investigation continues. Ted Lindner, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stock futures are down modestly before today's trading, coming off gains last week for the Dow and the NASDAQ. In baseball, the Brewers finally lost for the first time all month.
First pitch is by third. Reds win. Hayes hammers it down the line. Friedel scores.
Austin Hayes had the game-winning hit for Cincinnati on FanDuel Sports Network, snapping Milwaukee's 14-game win streak. In golf, Scotty Scheffler won again, his 5th tournament of the year. The BMW Championship. 2 of his other wins were majors. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Here's the latest from the WIBX newsroom. I'm Doug Callum. The Oneida City School District made a decision on where high schoolers will be attending class at the end of last week. Those students will be attending Otto Shortell Middle School during the first half of the school day, and middle schoolers will use it for the second half. Oneida High School is not available due to severe damage caused by flooding back in June. Details about scheduling and transportation will be revealed at a later date. The school year begins September 4th. Last week, we told you about a double-digit National Grid rate increase. Now, a state lawmaker is introducing a bill aimed at reversing National Grid's upcoming rate hike. The Public Service Commission approved the company's request to raise the average bill by $22 a month starting in September. Assemblyman Angelo Sarantibabara's proposal would allow state lawmakers to review and possibly reverse the increase when the legislature returns in January. Under current law, the PSC has sole authority to approve the hikes. A story that broke Friday, Herkimer police say it was a homeless man, 52-year-old Craig Turner, who is now in custody following a shooting on North Main Street in the village at about 10:40 p.m. Thursday night. Police Chief Mike Jory says Turner has been charged with attempted murder, second, assault in the first degree with a firearm, and several other charges. Both he and the victim were listed in stable condition at Wynn over the weekend. People are asking why the concrete sidewalks in the village of New Hartford, poured last season, had to be repaired this summer. It turns out a substandard grade of concrete was poured by the state last year. They noticed premature degrading, and the state was forced to do it all over again, pull out the old concrete and put in brand new concrete this summer. Local motorists are handing over just a little less of their hard-earned money when it comes to filling their vehicles. AAA says the average cost for a gallon of regular fuel right now is $3.08. That's down a penny in the past week, and it's 4 cents less than what folks were paying at this time last month. The state average is sitting at $3.16 a gallon. Nationally, it's $3.14. A new Siena poll shows, though divided, New Yorkers actually do agree on some issues. A proposed law to require cashless establishments to allow for cash purchases, a proposal to provide child care options for police officers, and that bell-to-bell ban on cell phones for students in schools beginning this fall have New Yorkers mostly in agreement. Another successful year at the Herkimer County Fair. The fair in Frankfort wrapped up last night. Meanwhile, the Madison-Bouckville Antique Festival wrapped up Saturday. The Boonville Woodsman Field Days, the Tunnel to Towers 5K run, all held over the weekend, and so much more. Now the unofficial final chapter to summer gets underway. The Great New York State Fair will begin Wednesday and run through Labor Day in Syracuse. We'll be seeing cooler but beautiful temperatures with sunshine and mid to upper 70s through this week before we go back into the 80s this weekend. In sports, the Mets captured their rubber match against the Mariners after collecting a 7-3 win in the Little League Classic from Williamsport. Mark Vientos went 2 for 3 with a 3-run homer and 4 RBIs. New York has now won back-to-back games and will visit the Washington Nationals for a 3-game set starting tomorrow. The Yankees completed their series sweep after rallying past the Cardinals 8-4 in their finale from St. Louis. Cody Bellinger went hitless in 4 at-bats, but did manage to drive in 2 runs for the Pinstripes. The Yankees have won 5 of their last 6 and will visit Tampa Bay Rays for a 2-game set that starts tomorrow. The Giants destroyed the Jets 31-12 in their annual preseason meeting from MetLife Stadium. Jackson Dart threw 137 yards and a touchdown for the G-men. For the second week in a row, the Buffalo Bills come up on the losing end of a preseason game. This one was a blowout. Reigning NFL MVP Josh Allen once again stayed on the sidelines as the Bills fell to the Chicago Bears by a final score of 38-0 at Soldier Field in the Windy City last night. Allen was among several Buffalo starters who did not play in the contest as the team gears up to defend its AFC title. Buffalo's final preseason game is Saturday against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Little League World Series is in full swing. Fairfield, Connecticut has gotten off to a stellar start and returns to action tonight. The Metro Region champs are taking on Sioux Falls, South Dakota. And that is the latest. I'm Doug Callan for WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Sunny and cooler today as we start off the business week. Temperatures this afternoon reaching highs in the upper part of the 70s. Partly cloudy skies here tonight, low 50s. Clouds mix in with the sunshine tomorrow. Afternoon highs Tuesday near 80. Chance of showers Tuesday night. More showers, even storms Wednesday, mid-70s. I'm Ken Boone from the Weather Channel on WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
We're currently with sunshine and 52 degrees. Comment of the day so far, me in Rome. Surprised you didn't ask Ryan Schmelz what he thought about Katie Aiello. That's kind of funny. And I have a couple more here to squeeze in here for you. Bill Morehouse. So I'm curious, your wife's for open borders and your wife is for... Bill, leave it alone. You're suffering from TDS. Trump delusional syndrome. He can do no wrong in your eyes. To the point now you're picking on my wife. Bill, take a step back here. Dear Lord Almighty. This is Mike. While I know it's a big deal to have Hannity come up with Jimmy, I think it's disappointing. Jimmy is being pulled into the all-hail Trump group. At least he used to do a bit of down-the-middle jokes. He is definitely, I think that in that area, he's not as middle as he used to be. That's Mike's opinion. What do you think?
I mean, look, he works for Fox, so.
That is true. Although, did you hear the...
and his comedy shows, though, his comedy shows and his Saturday night show, he does take jabs at Republicans.
I think he does it both sides, yeah. Did you see the... so after the Trump-Putin meeting, the news reporter who came out for Fox, I was watching the whole thing on Fox News Channel, and she said, she was quite critical. But by Saturday, everything had changed, and it was like they were focusing on the comment where Putin said this war wouldn't have happened if Biden wasn't in office and you were in office. Well, you do know Mr. KGB is playing politics there. I'm not sure that Putin would have listened, because guess what? If he would have feared Trump and listened to Trump, Chuck, I got to say this to you, then we wouldn't be in the war right now, right? It would have ended in the 24 hours that Trump said it was going to end. But it hasn't. And in fact, he wouldn't even agree to a ceasefire and because Trump was demanding that ceasefire. So he's talking out of both sides of his mouth right there, I'm afraid. Take it as you like, Chuck. I get it. I understand. It's a terrible disease, that TDS. Trump delusional syndrome. Delusional. He can do, Manaski, no wrong.
Well, dementia is a pretty bad syndrome as well.
That is a bad one, too. So, yeah. Don't get me wrong. I understand there are those that do have it, but that's not me.
No, not you.
I'm calling it like I see it. Take it for what it is.
I was talking about
the problem
Joe Biden.
is you can't today.
Come on,
man. You can't call anything. You have been criticized on this program. You have been more critical of Trump on this program than I have at times. And you just can't do it because people get all upset with you. They get mad. Thanksgiving dinner turns into a melee. Stuffing, being thrown from one end of the table to the other. It's terrible. It's just terrible. Coming up, we'll talk to Dr. Patrick K. Porter, will we? AI isn't ready to be your therapist, but it's a top reason people use it. That's just crazy, using AI as a therapist. Here's something my son brought to me yesterday. He said, how long, and we should just run with this, or at least do our own radio version of it. How long before there's a game show on TV called something like AI or Not, where they play a clip, and you have to determine, is it real or is it AI?
It is getting tough now.
It's getting tough.
Bill Morehouse, he sent me the message now. He says, you didn't read the rest of it. He said he ended it. I didn't see the text he sent you. It's America. Everybody has a right to their view. That was in regard to asking about your wife's take.
After you whack her, then you come in and be like, but, she's a nice person. She has a view of her own, and I respect that tremendously. That's what you did, Bill. I'm just saying. You're messing with the wrong woman. Trust me. I tried that 8 years ago. I did not bode well. I did not end up well. Quick break, 7:15 at WIBX.
In life, we're often faced with difficult decisions. When it comes to caring for our loved one, the choice can be overwhelming. But amidst the uncertainties, there is one decision that stands out as an act of profound love and gratitude: choosing hospice care. Hospice care isn't just about medical support. It's about honoring the journey of those who've given their all to their families. It's about providing comfort, dignity, and peace in their final days, surrounded by loved ones. Choosing hospice is a way to give back to someone who has selflessly given their life to others. At Hospice and Palliative Care, we understand the weight of this choice. Our compassionate team is here to guide you through every step of the journey, providing personalized care that respects the individuality and dignity of your loved one. When it's time to say goodbye, choose Hospice Care. Choose love. Choose Hospice and Palliative Care, serving Oneida, Herkimer, and Eastern Madison counties. Visit our website, hospicecareinc.org, or call 315-735-6484.
When you need us most.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have Leaf Filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install a Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today. See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. One discount per household.
Hey, Central New York, this is Will Kane of The Will Kane Show, and you can now hear my show every weekday at WIBX. I do things a little differently when I'm behind the microphone because I turn it over to the listeners to learn and really dig into the issues that impact everyday Americans. The Will Kane Show lets you keep ahead of the headlines and understand what's really going on in the world with in-depth discussions from leading experts and the brightest minds. From politics to sports, nothing is off topic. Listen to The Will Kane Show weekdays at 6, only on WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
The other day, Steve Spurbeck was in studio, and Steve, I'm using you on this because I thought it was very profound. You said the Good Feet store changed your life, that it took the pain away, that you are pain-free now. You were dealing with issues where it was hard to walk, and you had pain. And by going to the Good Feet store, it changed everything. There's a free, no-obligation personalized fitting just by walking in. You don't need an appointment. But if you're suffering from any of the pains, from your neck, shoulders, down to your legs and hips and back, it could be caused by the way you're walking. 3-step system, including strengtheners, maintainers, and relaxers. And it could really be a game changer for you like it was for Steve. It's the Good Feet store, 4630 Commercial Drive in New Hartford. Or you can call them at 315-999-3910, but no appointment is necessary. And River Hills Properties continues to grow in the area, in the region. And Barneveld, offices in Barneveld, Little Falls, in Utica to the north, in Copenhagen, in Newport, and coming soon to the city of Rome, completely covering upstate New York. And I see Andrew still back here. I mean, he's spending a lot of time on the airplane, going back and forth. He is back and forth. Listing.
Was he on the River Hills Charter?
I believe it must be, because he is traveling. You know, they have an office in Sarasota now on the beautiful Gulf Coast of Florida, and he's handling homes from down there and up here, as others are as well. They have a full team down there, but up here, fully committed to assisting people with buying and selling their homes. It's all about the service. Nobody sells homes like River Hills Properties. Call them today at 315-896-1009 is the phone number to call for River Hills Properties.
WIBX. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
The official copy of the Keeler in the Morning radio program is Daylight Donuts in New Hartford. Try their pistachio, everything. Lattes and muffins, their iced coffee, or that 32-ounce double X iced coffee. Speedy drive-through. You're in, you're out, you're on your way. It's Daylight Donuts in New Hartford. I think Don is saying you got a message on the phone. It's okay, I see. Talking about how some people are using those AirTags, those Apple AirTags, and they'll put them on a car, and then they'll follow and follow and follow and then steal your car.
Oh, no kidding.
However, there is, with AirTag, you do get a notice that that you're being followed, that you're being tracked. And if it's not you, that you should act on it.
Wait. Well, what do you mean?
If someone were to put a tracking device on your car, your phone would warn you that you are being tracked. And if you don't have an AirTag, you now know you're being tracked. So you'd begin searching your car to see if somebody left something in there or whatever.
How does your phone know that?
It just does.
That's crazy.
It's an Apple product, so it's going through Apple to track it. If they're using another device
I was gonna say,
that is not an Apple device, then
okay.
You wouldn't
So
know.
if I have an Android phone, it won't tell me.
Right. I don't know the answer to that. What I'm saying is if you use an Android, some sort of a non-brand, a different brand tracker, it would not be able to tell you that you're being tracked, I believe. But I don't know the answer to that. Crime Stoppers is holding their big golf tournament, 5th annual golf outing. It's a 4-man scramble, September 27th at the Shamrock Golf Course, and it's $360 for a team. That's pretty good. And all the money goes to Crime Stoppers. You could also be a sponsor. Just reach out to Anna for details, or you can email them at mvcrimestoppers@yahoo.com or call Anna at 315-269-3924. Can I get into this AI thing?
Yeah.
Dr. Patrick K. Porter is an expert in the field. He is an expert in brain health. I'm sure he'll be intrigued with this conversation with us as a result. Dr. Patrick Porter, good morning.
Good morning.
So what do you think about using AI as a therapist? I mean, sometimes it's hard to get in to see a therapist. I guess there are many out there. You should be able to get an appointment. But using an AI version, what do you think?
Well, I think it can be supportive and it cannot be, because think of an AI as just a glorified Google machine.
Yeah.
It doesn't think. People think that they're actually talking to somebody on there, and like this AI has some kind of intelligence. It's just basically rendering back information.
Mm-hmm.
It can be good information or bad information, but you have to be discerning.
Yeah. It's interesting that radio stations around America, there was this AI version of an album that was released and a song that on Spotify, it's got huge numbers. Yet radio stations said, we're not playing it because it's not real and it doesn't have a human feeling to it, so therefore we're not playing it. This could kind of be the same thing without that human feeling, right?
Yes, I mean, but a lot of people, we put the feelings into those relationships anyway.
Yeah.
So we're projecting those feelings. So, I know of people that I've talked to that actually have a relationship. They say college kids actually use these AI programs almost like their best friend.
Yeah. Right, they talk to them, and I once had a real human therapist who the most human-like, passionate, emotional thing they said was, "Time is up." That was it. The rest of it was just crap.
Yeah.
They just sat there listening to me.
Yeah, the unfortunate thing is, in my background in psychology, there's never been a study that's more than 12% effective, because a lot of times they're not giving you any advice. They're just listening to you. And listening doesn't mean you're making improvements. I think nowadays positive psychology and what people are doing, you got to take action. You got to start exercising, eating well. It's more than just talking to somebody or getting a piece of information. You got to have a lifestyle change, and you've got to get your body moving and breathing. That's why brain health, I think we have a physiological problem out there, not a mental problem. People aren't moving and breathing, and they're not doing any kind of brain fitness.
Yeah, they're not, we do a lot of sitting, a lot of watching, a lot of, it's important to get out there and do stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, you can't just sit around eating potato chips and watching the news or other TV programs at night and think your life's going to change.
Yeah.
You got to get out there and make it happen.
Mm-hmm. What about, I worry not as, there are people certainly who are older and adults, but I worry about kids more than anything else, right?
Yes. I mean, well, we'll look at it. I mean, when I was growing up in the 60s and 70s, we might have had one kid per class that was overweight.
Yeah.
Now you might have one kid per class that isn't overweight.
Yeah.
It's crazy, and it's a lifestyle problem, and they're taking physical fitness out of the schools. And movement is so important for our brain. It creates something called BDNF, brain-derived neurotropic factors, which causes neuroplasticity. So when you just do the same thing every day, your brain actually unwires itself. So we need to keep challenging ourselves, doing things that challenge us, like have communications with people, actually get out and meet people, get connections, and things like that.
Okay,
Sometimes
very
people
interesting.
just need a friend,
Right, need a friend.
Need a friend,
Yeah.
somebody to talk to.
A human friend.
Yes.
Right, not
exactly.
not an AI friend. But what about people who can't get friends? There are some people that are just a-holes. They're just terrible people, and they're never going to have friends. Maybe they're better off having an AI friend, somebody that's going to tell them what they want to hear.
Well, that could be true, but I think we always have to look at where we're at right now. If you don't know how to, you might need to go take a Dale Carnegie course.
Yeah.
How to influence friends and things like that.
That may be the
you got to
answer.
learn those skills.
Yeah, that may be the answer. All right, where do we follow you, Dr. Patrick Porter? I'm assuming website, all that stuff?
Yeah, if you go to braintap.com, we have a lot of brain fitness tips that teach you how to keep your brain active and engaging, and this is all part of what we call positive psychology. Keep yourself focused on the future, and you don't look in the rearview mirror too much, and you'll be fine.
All right, I'm going to reveal it now. I told everybody I would. I'm going to reveal it, Doc. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Patrick K. Porter is not real. He is AI. Yep.
All right, there you go.
Okay.
You had me for a second.
You have a wonderful day.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
Bye.
No, he was real. He's real. Flaws and all. He's real. Speaking of flaws, Davey, did you go to see David Lee Roth Friday night at the Turning Stone Resort and Casino?
No, I didn't, but I talked to a couple people that were there.
Did you see that he kind of did a little rip on Sammy Hagar?
Yeah, they said he did.
Yeah. So David Lee Roth was doing a show and mocked Friday night
at Turning Stone?
Yeah. And mocked Sammy Hagar's song that was based on a dream Sammy says he had with Eddie's ghost.
Wait, what?
So Sammy Hagar said he had a dream with Eddie Van Halen's ghost. And as a result, he wrote a song called Encore, Thank You, Good Night. And he released it earlier in the year. David Lee Roth, Friday night, was ripping on Sammy Hagar for the craziness of this inspiration for this song.
It is a little far-fetched, but
so
okay. I've heard of crazier things in music. There have been wilder inspirations for a song.
So one of the reasons that maybe David Lee Roth has a problem with Sammy Hagar recently played amphitheaters and arenas with about 20,000 plus people, like the Credit Union One Amphitheater in Tinley Park, which saw 16,071 attendees, grossed over $1 million. And then, David Lee Roth is doing arenas like at the Turning Stone with somewhere between 2,500 and 6,500 people. So maybe he's not grossing the kind of money that Sammy Hagar is grossing. So maybe David Lee Roth is a little jealous.
Well, there's no question. And, I mean, they've had a long-running feud, right?
Yeah.
So what did he say? Do you know what he said?
I just mocked it. I do have a little audio. Let's see if I can get the audio here. See if this is what it is.
You all know Sammy Hagar, right? And Sammy described that the ghost of Eddie Van Halen visited him and graced him with a song. It's on the internet. But last night, the ghost of Eddie Van Halen visited me at the hotel room. He said, Dave, you know that song I gave Hagar? He said, it's actually Inagata Davida backwards.
I find that the joke isn't all that funny.
No, it isn't.
No, but it's definitely poking a little fun, right?
Yeah.
Definitely poking a little fun. That was kind of it, but it's a big deal having David Lee Roth come to the Turning Stone. They've gotten quite a lot of big shows this year, some really big ones. All right, Davey, today is Monday, and we're giving away Hobeika's money. Hobeika's free money question of the day today is worth how much money?
Before I say something about that, the rumor is that, I don't know if it's true or not, but I heard from a reliable friend yesterday
okay,
that they were talking about the David Lee Roth show.
Okay.
That they got Dire Straits coming over to the Turning Stone in November.
Okay. That's a big show.
Yeah.
Yeah, money for nothing and your chicks for free.
Your chicks for free.
I
MTV.
want my MTV.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom. I love that song.
I do too. Yeah. All right. Well, that's good news.
$100. Is that okay for today?
Let's do 150.
I see they changed up every day. I give up. I throw in the white towel. 100.
Why don't you just say 150?
All right.
How much today?
150.
See, it came from you. There you go. All right, we'll do Hobeika's free money question of the day. It's worth $150. And we'll do it coming up after news at WIBX.
Make this season all about enjoying the experience. When you ride on your new Ferris commercial mower featuring patented suspension technology, you'll have more than freshly manicured grass. You'll experience productivity and comfort like never before. And because you won't be slowing down for those rough spots, you'll mow more lawn in less time. Ferris, experience suspension. Visit Clinton Tractor on Meadow Street in Clinton to see the full line of Ferris mowers.
We are the leader in service, Clinton Tractor.
This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. Serving in the military requires great sacrifices, not just for one's country, but also for one's family. Not surprisingly, divorce for soldiers is especially difficult, and it raises a number of challenges that are peculiar to military divorce, things such as deployments, relocation, retirement benefits. These issues can be complicated. So if you're a soldier facing such challenges, go to CordellCordell.com.
518-554-0000, 100 Great Oaks, Albany. Brought to you by Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, located in Utica, Yorkville, Rome, and Herkimer, and online at tallmanstire.com.
Here's the latest from the WIBX newsroom. I'm Doug Callum. The Oneida City School District made a decision on where high schoolers will be attending class at the end of last week. Those students will be attending Otto Shortell Middle School during the first half of the school day, and middle schoolers will use it for the second half. Oneida High School is not available due to severe damage caused by flooding back in June. Details about scheduling and transportation will be revealed at a later date. The school year begins September 4th. Last week, we told you about a double-digit National Grid rate increase. Now, a state lawmaker is introducing a bill aimed at reversing National Grid's upcoming rate hike. The Public Service Commission approved the company's request to raise the average bill by $22 a month starting in September. Assemblyman Angelo Sarantibabara's proposal would allow state lawmakers to review and possibly reverse the increase when the legislature returns in January. Under current law, the PSC has sole authority to approve the hikes. A story that broke Friday, Herkimer police say it was a homeless man, 52-year-old Craig Turner, who is now in custody following a shooting on North Main Street in the village at about 10:40 p.m. Thursday night. Police Chief Mike Jory says Turner has been charged with attempted murder, second, assault in the first degree with a firearm, and several other charges. Both he and the victim were listed in stable condition at Wynn over the weekend. People are asking why the concrete sidewalks in the village of New Hartford, poured last season, had to be repaired this summer. It turns out a substandard grade of concrete was poured by the state last year. They noticed premature degrading and the state was forced to do it all over again, pull out the old concrete and put in brand new concrete this summer. Local motorists are handing over just a little less of their hard-earned money when it comes to filling their vehicles. AAA says the average cost for a gallon of regular fuel right now is $3.08. That's down a penny in the past week, and it's 4 cents less than what folks were paying at this time last month. And that is the latest. I'm Doug Callan for WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Sunny and cooler today as we start off the business week. Temperatures this afternoon reaching highs in the upper part of the 70s. Partly cloudy skies here tonight, low 50s. Clouds mix in with the sunshine tomorrow. Afternoon highs Tuesday near 80. Chance of showers Tuesday night. More showers, even storms Wednesday, mid-70s. I'm Ken Boone from the Weather Channel on WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
Currently, partly cloudy skies, and we're at 54 with plenty of sunshine out there on this Monday morning. But definitely a cooler day, upper 70s. Tomorrow and Wednesday, as you just heard, a little cooler than that, lower to mid-70s. All right, Manaski, what do you think of computer-generated measurements in the NFL? So when you're close to a first down, they'll come in and they actually do a computer measurement.
Yeah, they're not going to be using the chains will still be on the sidelines, but they won't be running them out and measuring the way they used to. We've seen stuff before where I think someone tried to slide a credit card in between the football and the end of the chain link, or it's the typical they hold their hands close together. You got this much to go.
How is this done? Because if you're just going by where the referee puts the ball, you remember that game last year, that playoff game with the Bills, where it looked like they made the first down, and the referee grabbed the ball, ran back 2 yards, and put the ball on the ground. So I believe that was a playoff game.
Here's something to keep in mind. I'm glad you brought that up. The officials are still going to spot the ball, so that could happen. But once the ball is spotted, when it comes to actually measuring, did they go 10 yards?
Yeah.
It's going to be this computer technology. Apparently, they had it. They tried it all last year, but they weren't actually using it. But the technology was being utilized. It just wasn't being incorporated in the game, but the league was using this technology last year.
Interesting. A couple of comments. With this guy that you have on, the doctor you just had on, if you're having a nervous breakdown, just do 25 push-ups. That'll completely change everything. And then Davey should come up with a number lower than what he wants, and then when you counter it with a higher number, it's really the number that he wanted all the time.
Did Mike say that?
Yeah. So maybe you were to say like, if you were to say like $75,
your counter offer will be $95.
My counter offer might be $100. I'd be like $100, and then but you wanted $100 all along.
Yeah.
See, what Mike is saying is you need to outsmart me, and what Mike is saying is that's easy to do. Is what
but if
he's
I
saying.
said $2, you probably say let's do 10.
Well, you never know till you find out. We'll have to see what you do tomorrow.
50 cents tomorrow.
Okay, all right. We'll see what you do tomorrow. All right, coming up, I do want to play the Great Attack, the Great Attack, about an attack that isn't real. It's only in her head. This political attack that I'm apparently doing because I'm being paid big money and I want big ratings to attack Katie Aiello.
I can't wait.
Hilarious. And we're going to play some of her audio coming up in a second. First, though, Manaski, let's do Habaika's free money question of the day. And, Davey, you're looking for caller number?
Caller number 5.
5. Fifth caller right now. Chance at $150. 315-736-0186. Your chance to win from Habaika and WIBX.
Clearing out your home or commercial building, John's Cleanouts and Property Preservation will handle it for you. We handle residential or any size commercial property, before and after estate sale cleanouts, or any junk removal service. John's Cleanouts and Property Preservation is a 5-star rated and background checked business, providing service you can count on, and we're fully insured in the industry. Call John's Cleanouts and Property Preservation today and take the stress out of your mess.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
Hey, good morning. You're heading to the airport, right?
Yep, thanks for checking. I like the car. How long have you been a rideshare driver?
About 3 years now. I really enjoy it.
Isn't it hard to make money these days with the price of gas being so high?
Not for me. I use Upside, the free app that gives you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get real money back when you get gas with the Upside app?
Yep, I get real cash back every time I get gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make around $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code TIRE for an extra 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code TIRE for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code TIRE.
Celebrating 100 years. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
I got to say, watching all the Mets come in yesterday, the Mets have a lot of Latin players, whether they be Cuban or I guess more Puerto Rican and Dominican than anything else. And boy, they were really greeted by the Little League players. That was fun to watch as the players were riding the bus over. They came in on the airport into the airport, and they rode the bus over to the field with the Mets players, and then later on with the Seattle players. I thought that was really, really cool.
It is cool.
Yeah.
I wish they would do something. You know, they used to do that in Cooperstown. Something.
It totally reminded me of Cooperstown, and this almost seems to be the replacement for that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Where'd you get the cookie?
Smitty. Actually, Smitty's mother, I assume.
He never offered me a single one.
Well, you can't have any. I'll take Bill's if you're going to offer.
I can't have them. A chocolate chip is are they chocolate chip?
Yeah, they're very good.
Yeah, that's worth a cheat to me. Just one little ball of dough that's baked turns into a cookie.
That was very good.
Okay, it's time for a Bikers free money question of the day, and the man with the plan, looking for $150, is newly retired, happy as a lark, John from Bridgewater.
Oh my God, Bill!
You
How
are
doing,
a lark.
man?
You are a lark, happy as a lark. You are.
Yes, I am.
I'm glad.
Hey, Jeff. Good morning, man.
Good morning. How are you?
Good.
So I'm glad you're on because you were criticizing Bill, right, for his handling of Katie Aiello. Is that right?
He did last week a little. He likes to have fun with me.
Well, he has her on, and then he lambastes her, and then she gets all mad and don't want to come on. Just be nice to her and lure her on. But I was joking anyways because I haven't been on in a while. I just, you know, so what do? I call in and get Bill pissed.
We're gonna. It didn't bother me though. It really didn't bother me. But I to be honest with you though, I don't think I was tough, and she kept evading. She kept changing. Like when I said, "Will you commit to meeting with those business owners in Franklin Square?" She said, "Yes, I will continue to meet with the people." And I'm like, "No, wait a minute. That's not what because you haven't met with them. You're acting as if you've met with them, and you've never met with them."
Do they want to meet with her?
They want to meet with her.
Oh, okay.
And is that fair? Is that being mean? And that's all.
Bill, I just got to stir the pot. I got nothing better to do.
You're right. You're a pot stirrer.
I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Listen, it's all right. Listen, I want to give you a chance to win Hobike's money today. Are you ready?
Okay.
It is worth, as you know, $150. And it is it's along the category. The category is, we just talked about that. The category is, we just talked about that. Okay, are you ready? Here we go.
Yep.
Here from the Hobeika Law Firm, Joseph and Andrew Hobeika. By the way, you can call them at 315-724-1600 if you have any legal issues. Here is your question. There's a new song out there after Eddie Van Halen's Ghost paid a visit to a former member. What is the title of the song, Ready, Go?
Bill, I heard it this morning. I can't think of it. I don't know. I'm blank.
I wish so much the title was. I heard it this morning. I can't think of it. I'm blank, but it is not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I know that, but
it is. The title is "Thank You, Good Night" or "Encore." Thank you, good night. Encore. Thank you, good night by Sammy Hagar. Yeah.
Did not know that.
As easy as that was, it was hard. Right? As easy as it was. Let me play a little clip, just a little bit of. Okay. That's what this guitar riff right here is what David Lee Roth is jealous about. Here's a little of the audio.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know. Is that going anywhere?
I don't think so.
Not really.
Not really. No.
I haven't even heard of it.
Doesn't remind me of a bit of I Can't Drive 55. Not even a bit of it. Not that it should, but I can't. All right, so we're going to give you the all-in-one food and fun card, and it is a $50 gift card. You know it's good at $25 gift card, good at Aquavino and Babes and Taylor and the Cook and the Odd and Nexus, all that stuff. Stand by, Davey's going to hook you up.
Hey, Bill.
Yes, sir.
The number's 135. That's the numbers I was this morning. 135 on a cell phone in Clayville, and they have crappy service.
Okay. 135.
135. Bet them numbers.
Bet those numbers. Okay. All right. That's cool. Stand by. Stand by. That's pretty good when you think of it. 135. Bet those numbers. All right, Manansky. We're talking about to the dismay of me in Rome, who thinks we shouldn't be talking about it. She's on there going after me pretty hard on a new video. So what else to do but to just talk about the new video just a little bit, just a splinter of it. And you're really excited about this.
I am. This is good. I want to, if we can play some of it, and then we can just react to it as it comes over.
You tell me when to stop.
I know more than anybody that
tell me
all
when to stop.
In politics. So I expect the bullying, the political theater, the blaming, it's all part of the job. And
I'm Kim Commando. No?
Treatment, I do still expect fair treatment for myself and all Uticans. So I was on the Bill Keeler show this week. Bill asked me to go on to discuss the Alleyway and the permitted parties that have been happening there. And when I tried to talk, this is how it went.
Okay. And should be changed. My opinion is correct. You could take 10 people.
So Bill.
Okay, so hang on a second.
I do love that line.
I know.
Love it. I love it. My wife hates it. She's like, why do you do that? I'm like, well, do you think that? Here's what I'll say to that. Do you think I would give my opinion if I didn't think it was correct? I mean, I'm stating the obvious.
I have been in meetings with Bill, and he will pull this sometimes.
You hate it.
I hate it. My opinion is right. I'm right. So I agree with Katie here. I think I agree with Katie.
Here's how I look at this.
It drives me crazy when you do this.
I know, and why do you think I do it?
Because you think you're right.
I've always said this. I think it drives the person crazy.
I've always said this. If I thought I was wrong, I would change my opinion.
Yeah,
exactly right.
But that isn't. But that doesn't have the same oomph. My opinion is right.
So,
I like that.
You let it go. Oomph. Let it roll.
All right. Okay. All right. So you have given her 1 point.
She gets a point.
Davey, mark it down. Katie, Ayala 1. Me 0. Okay.
Nobody likes the Alleyway. While also trying to make the point that too many people are using it and we need to stop them. Now, the people using it very much like the Alleyway. But Bill doesn't count their opinion. He doesn't have them on his show. He doesn't even think they're people I should be representing.
These people, you have done everything to defend this party, this Alleyway, these people, whether they're whoever's holding a party there. I think that's irrelevant.
And let's make one thing clear. Bill doesn't interrupt or try to bully Republicans when they're on his show, because they pay him thousands of dollars every campaign season
this
to make
is
it
such
on
a
ads
cheap
for
shot.
them.
Hang on a second.
Find me the clip
Okay.
Chuck Lester, please call in. No.
By the way, I'd like to know who buys her coffee. Are there any Republicans who buy her coffee? Are there Democrats who buy her coffee? Will she act differently because Democrats buy her coffee? That's ridiculous. This issue has nothing to do with Republican Democrat.
No, I know, and I think it's kind of funny. Forgive me, but I think it's kind of funny the idea that you run to the defense of Republicans all the time.
That's all I do. Meanwhile, you've got Chuck Lester out there who'll say, "Give me a break." All he does is defend Democrats.
Chuck messaged me this morning to say thank Bill for the MSNBC and CNN perspective on world politics.
That was the perspective of the reporter who was in Alaska from Fox News on
You
Friday.
don't have to convince me. You don't have to convince me.
I'm just telling you. All right, let's do more on her coming after me.
Screaming at and interrupting, say, like, Tony Piceni. You can't. It doesn't exist. And you know how else you can tell that I'm right? Because I don't give out permits to use the alleyway.
Time out. Hang on. Stop for a second. Hang on. Just because you've never
by the way, I criticized the mayor on this issue. I said the mayor needs to stand up, put his big boy pants on, and do something about this once and for all. This pussyfooting around is getting us into this ridiculousness. Is that
just the idea that okay, so again, you've the idea that because you didn't have it out with Picenti on a particular issue, you always agree with Republicans and have their backs. I just find that funny.
I've never had to argue with Tony Piceni over where he lives.
Correct.
Ever. And you know what? One thing I will tell you about Piceni, I don't know why we're talking about Piceni. This isn't even a county issue, but he'll give you an answer, whether it's a good answer or a bad answer, and he's not going to fight you every second. She does not do that. And, going after Joe Beatrice, which she does later in this, Joe's one of the nicest council people you are going to meet. He will go both sides on issues. He cares about the city. It's not about, I'm against Katie, so I'm going to be it is, he looks at things logically, and I respect that tremendously.
And Joe, I just want you to know the next time you disagree with Bill on something, I'll remind him that Bill just said you look at things logically. So
I do believe that.
Because you and Joe have disesagreed before. And last time I checked, Joe was a Republican.
And by the way, ask Joe Griffo how often we've gone at it head-to-head. To the point where he wants me to keep playing that Dave Mason song. We just disagree. Because you can disagree and not have this as a result. That's all I'm saying. Okay, go ahead. Oh, you want me to play it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Bill Keeler asked me to thank on a show a couple months ago for giving me the chance to speak to him.
Everything to lose and nothing to gain.
Yeah.
I think it can you look at him and say thank you for that?
But Bill isn't going to bully the mayor, so he has me on. He then had Councilman Beatrice on, who doesn't even represent our district. He has absolutely nothing to do with it. But meanwhile, Bill won't have Desiree King or the people that threw the party or even attended it on his show. And Councilman Beatrice isn't calling in to recommend I talk to them or hear their side of the story. Bill's also not suggesting I talk to the business owners who threw the event, even though they also own businesses in downtown. But no, we're just supposed to talk to the business people they know. What's crazy to me is that someone wants to throw a wedding in the alleyway soon.
Can I talk about this? Or
yes.
Am I waiting on you?
I don't know.
This is ridiculous. I don't know who threw the party. I have no idea. I feel the alleyway should be gutted to begin with. I don't care who's throwing the party.
Right.
And as Nancy Ford said to her in response, there could have been a hard rock, heavy metal party down there, and she would have been against it because it's not the right venue. You have Hotel Utica fine dining right across the street. You have a mess left there, vomit on the flooring there. Garbage all over the place. The bakery's
dumpster.
Their dumpster had been tipped over and liquor bottles were put in it, and it was just a mess. The city said it took 2 hours by DPW to clean it up. This is not political. It is. I'm just saying, why aren't you talking to these business owners? I don't know what their politics are. I don't know what Bite Bakery's policy is or their beliefs are when it comes to political policy. I have no idea.
It's need to eat.
Need to eat. Sorry. Do you want to comment further?
No. Go ahead. I didn't.
Everyone thinks it's a great, charming idea. And it is, considering this is the same downtown we've thrown Summerfest in, with live music and alcohol. And in fact, we still have all kinds of celebrations, parades, and music year-round because it's a downtown. So why do they have a problem with this crowd, but not this one? So now I end up defending the party and
Go back.
Pisses me off.
Go back.
She's implying, I don't even know, are these people Puerto Ricans? Are they black? Are they Bosnian? Are they Guatemalan? I don't know who these people are. All I know is Joe Beatrice said his daughter was there. Are they Italian? I don't know. But you're implying that we have a problem. There's a racist element here. And Katie Aiello, for God's sakes, I've let you go on where you live, but let's be honest, you did nothing but lie to everyone, including the DA's office. Liar, liar. Those pants you're wearing, you know there's smoke, and you know where there's smoke, there's fire. Sorry.
So can you scroll back a little bit?
Yeah.
When she does that in the video, she puts up a picture. Is it? Because she says has a problem with these people, but not these people.
Who are these people?
Music year-round because it's a downtown. So why do they have a problem with this crowd?
What does that point to?
Black people.
Okay, and then
there's Showtime, and then there's Irish people.
But not these people.
And then there looks to be some people up here with flags. Looks like a Boilermaker thing. But why do you have a problem with these people? You're implying I have a problem with black people? You piece of garbage.
So
I have a problem with people like you who cannot handle an ounce of criticism without going there. You've got to be kidding me. Katie Aiello, shame on you. Shame, shame, shame for being a racist. Because none of us brought that up. I don't even know what kind of music was being played. All I know is there was vomit, garbage, loud music, swearing, police called, business owners complaining. That's all I know. I wasn't there. You racist person, you.
So
terrible that you would go there. Shame,
and she doesn't say
shame,
it. She just shows the
that's
images.
That's exactly right. Shame on you, you copycat. You wannabe, AOC wannabe, you copycat. You learned everything from her, and you're trying to do it. It's like when I say to someone trying to be Trump, only Trump can be Trump. Katie, you are no AOC. I'm sorry. She's far smarter than you.
So I can't.
Because she wouldn't end up in a situation like this.
Oh boy, I can't believe that.
What a shame.
Somebody commented on her video in a similar vein, and I wrote this down, the whole "these people" reference. And I remember notably that you and Ann from Rome got into an argument one time over the "these people"
I'm going to talk to
reference.
Ann in a second. She actually, can I bring her on right now?
Yeah.
Hello, Ann. Good morning.
Good morning.
I didn't even know she was coming up. when I saw the "these people" thing.
You did not know. And you're right. I called Ann out once when she said "those people" or "these people." I'm like, what do you mean by that? You can't say it like that. You remember
and
that
then
time.
it was said a couple days later by you, but we're not going to go there. I just want to say, no one is
I love you, man.
bigger Trump, huge MAGA Republican than me.
Yes.
Okay? I wish I had a penny for every time we had a disagreement. Okay.
I wish I had a penny for every time I didn't. I wish I had a penny for every time I didn't respond to the text messages you send me that are pro-Trump. Sometimes I just don't even respond. I'm like, let her have her fun. I don't agree with it, but let her have her fun. This is Katie assuming she's judging the book by its cover. She's assuming I fall into these categories, and she has no idea what she's talking about. She doesn't know me.
No, we disagree a lot, but
you can get along.
We're still friends.
Yes.
You have your opinion. I know I'm always right, but I'm not going to get into that.
You know I'm right, but See, she's just as bad as I am with that. So.
Again, if you thought you were wrong, you'd change your
opinion. That's exactly
opinion.
right. That's right. I mean, I think I'm stating the obvious, right?
Yeah.
When
you say it, though, sometimes it's a little frustrating.
I know.
It's crazy when you can't give an opinion and still be friends.
Well, what is crazy is when you have an opinion that has nothing to do at all with race. And,
absolutely not. And I
you're,
can say
you're checking that box.
You are definitely not a racist. Absolutely.
I'm sure there's some subconscious crap in my head that who knows? I have no idea. But I can tell you this. I despise bigotry, and you know that, Ann. We have discussed this. I despise things that even look like it, and here I am being called that by her.
Well, that's the thing, though. She doesn't say that.
Hey, you're right.
I
didn't say that. That's what she'll say. I didn't say that. Well, look at the pictures in your video.
This kind of reminds me of. I know we're running out of time. Remember the.
And I'm going to put you on hold. I'm going to put you on hold. We'll take you out of the break.
I was offered a bribe, but I wasn't offered a bribe.
Right. I didn't say. I remember she said to us, I never said he offered me a bribe. I'm like, well, you completely implied it. I got a break. We'll talk more about this in the other.
From the Stanley Theater Studio, WIBX Utica, Rome. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM, celebrating 100 years.
President Zelensky can end the war with Russia almost immediately. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. President Trump posted that on Truth Social before today's meeting with Ukraine's leader at the White House, where Fox's Jackie Heinrich reports.
There are some indications that one challenge today could be getting Ukraine to talk peace terms without a ceasefire in place. You had Russia shelling Ukrainian cities overnight leading into this meeting, and Zelensky's chief of staff writing on X that a ceasefire is essential.
Something Russian leader Vladimir Putin did not agree to in his meeting Friday in Alaska with President Trump.
Zelensky today will first meet with President Trump and Vice President Vance one-on-one before a group meeting with the NATO Secretary General, the EU Commission President, and leaders of Germany, the UK, France, Italy, and Finland, who will together discuss Russia's territorial demands.
Also being discussed, a possible U.S. and European security agreement for Ukraine, but the Trump Truth Social post added no NATO membership for Ukraine. Now, as far as the war in Gaza is concerned, as Israel continues to escalate, there was a massive protest today across the country demanding a ceasefire deal to free the remaining hostages, and there are also talks on a different conflict.
U.S. Special Envoy Tom Barrack wants Israel and Iran-backed Hezbollah to agree to a long-term end to decades of hostility. The Lebanon-based group was battered by Israel during a months-long war last year. Lebanon's government has endorsed a U.S.-backed plan for Hezbollah to disarm. It involves economic help to reconstruct the country.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. A frantic call for help late last night in Tremont, Utah, when police responded to a disturbance.
2 officers down in the intersection, not moving. I'm hit. I don't know. It's in the head or my shoulder.
That's from Broadcastify. We don't know how badly wounded that officer or the other two were after a lockdown in that area. Police did track down and arrest the suspected gunman. America's listening to Fox News.
A couple years ago, I was in the bathroom at the airport when I dropped my smartphone in the toilet. Not smart. I was multitasking when I should have been focused on the job at hand. Embarrassing, but I'm not alone. According to Google, 7 million other multitaskers accidentally dropped their phones into the bowl last year. A gentle reminder that right now you can get yourself a brand new Samsung Galaxy A36 absolutely free with a $35 plan from Pure Talk. The A36 comes with scratch-resistant Gorilla Glass and a battery that'll last all day, along with unlimited talk, text, and data on America's most dependable 5G network. In other words, it's tough and smart. Something to think about next time you're multitasking in the necessary. Just dial pound 250, say keyword Mike Rowe to get your free phone today. You can make the switch in just 10 minutes. That's pound 250. Say Mike Rowe to switch to a no-nonsense smartphone and a company that actually stands for something. Pure Talk.
We mentioned that shooting in Utah that wounded 3 cops. There was also a police-involved shooting in New York City.
NYPD Deputy Chief Eric Pagan says the officer was outside a residential building Sunday night when 2 people on mopeds approached him.
One male got off the moped and asked the officer, the off-duty officer, if he knew an individual's name, and then proceeded to display a firearm. Once seeing the firearm, the off-duty officer drew his firearm, discharged multiple rounds, striking the male.
He was pronounced dead. The other person on a moped remains at large. In New York, Sue Guzman, Fox News.
There was also a search for multiple gunmen in another shooting in New York City. At a Brooklyn lounge early yesterday, 3 people were killed, 9 wounded in what's considered a gang-related altercation. Hurricane Erin, a Category 4 storm, has been raining down on the Bahamas and Turks and Caicos, though it's not hitting directly. And Erin is not forecast to hit the U.S. either, but even as it moves away, the East Coast could get some impact.
We could see 40, 50-mile-an-hour winds. That certainly will be enough to make the waves and the rip currents pretty intense. Some of these forecast models getting up to 9 to 15-foot waves getting up along some of those coastal areas.
Fox meteorologist Adam Klotz. Speaking of hurricanes,
Amtrak passenger train service between New Orleans and Mobile, Alabama resumes today for the first time since Hurricane Katrina hit the Gulf Coast nearly 2 decades ago. Service along the coast was suspended after Katrina devastated the region in August 2005. The Mardi Gras service offers twice daily trains with fares starting at just $15 each, with stops in Mississippi including Bay St. Louis, Gulfport, Biloxi, and Pascagoula. The route also offers connections to Amtrak's City of New Orleans train that runs between New Orleans and Chicago via Memphis. Tanya J. Powers, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stock futures have been down modestly before this week's trading. I'm Dave Anthony, and this is Fox News.
Here's the latest from the WIBX newsroom. I'm Doug Callum. The Oneida City School District made a decision on where high schoolers will be attending class at the end of last week. Those students will be attending Otto Shortell Middle School during the first half of the school day, and middle schoolers will use it for the second half. Oneida High School is not available due to severe damage caused by flooding back in June. Details about scheduling and transportation will be revealed at a later date. The school year begins September 4th. Last week, we told you about a double-digit National Grid rate increase. Now, a state lawmaker is introducing a bill aimed at reversing National Grid's upcoming rate hike. The Public Service Commission approved the company's request to raise the average bill by $22 a month starting in September. Assemblyman Angelo Sarantibabara's proposal would allow state lawmakers to review and possibly reverse the increase when the legislature returns in January. Under current law, the PSC has sole authority to approve the hikes. A story that broke Friday, Herkimer police say it was a homeless man, 52-year-old Craig Turner, who is now in custody following a shooting on North Main Street in the village at about 10:40 p.m. Thursday night. Police Chief Mike Jory says Turner has been charged with attempted murder, second, assault in the first degree with a firearm, and several other charges. Both he and the victim were listed in stable condition at Wynn over the weekend. People are asking why the concrete sidewalks in the village of New Hartford, poured last season, had to be repaired this summer. It turns out a substandard grade of concrete was poured by the state last year. They noticed premature degrading, and the state was forced to do it all over again, pull out the old concrete and put in brand new concrete this summer. Local motorists are handing over just a little less of their hard-earned money when it comes to filling their vehicles. AAA says the average cost for a gallon of regular fuel right now is $3.08. That's down a penny in the past week, and it's 4 cents less than what folks were paying at this time last month. The state average is sitting at $3.16 a gallon. Nationally, it's $3.14. A new Siena poll shows, though divided, New Yorkers actually do agree on some issues. A proposed law to require cashless establishments to allow for cash purchases, a proposal to provide child care options for police officers, and that bell-to-bell ban on cell phones for students in schools beginning this fall have New Yorkers mostly in agreement. Another successful year at the Herkimer County Fair. The fair in Frankfort wrapped up last night. Meanwhile, the Madison-Bouckville Antique Festival wrapped up Saturday. The Boonville Woodsman Field Days, the Tunnel to Towers 5K run, all held over the weekend, and so much more. Now the unofficial final chapter to summer gets underway. The Great New York State Fair will begin Wednesday and run through Labor Day in Syracuse. We'll be seeing cooler but beautiful temperatures with sunshine and mid to upper 70s through this week before we go back into the 80s this weekend. In sports, the Mets captured their rubber match against the Mariners after collecting a 7-3 win in the Little League Classic from Williamsport. Mark Vientos went 2 for 3 with a 3-run homer and 4 RBIs. New York has now won back-to-back games and will visit the Washington Nationals for a 3-game set starting tomorrow. The Yankees completed their series sweep after rallying past the Cardinals 8-4 in their finale from St. Louis. Cody Bellinger went hitless in 4 at-bats, but did manage to drive in 2 runs for the Pinstripes. The Yankees have won 5 of their last 6 and will visit Tampa Bay Rays for a 2-game set that starts tomorrow. The Giants destroyed the Jets 31-12 in their annual preseason meeting from MetLife Stadium. Jackson Dart threw 137 yards and a touchdown for the G-men. For the second week in a row, the Buffalo Bills come up on the losing end of a preseason game. This one was a blowout. Reigning NFL MVP Josh Allen once again stayed on the sidelines as the Bills fell to the Chicago Bears by a final score of 38-0 at Soldier Field in the Windy City last night. Allen was among several Buffalo starters who did not play in the contest as the team gears up to defend its AFC title. Buffalo's final preseason game is Saturday against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Little League World Series is in full swing. Fairfield, Connecticut has gotten off to a stellar start and returns to action tonight. The Metro Region champs are taking on Sioux Falls, South Dakota. And that is the latest. I'm Doug Callan for WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Sunny and cooler today as we start off the business week. Temperatures this afternoon reaching highs in the upper part of the 70s. Partly cloudy skies here tonight, low 50s. Clouds mix in with the sunshine tomorrow. Afternoon highs Tuesday near 80. Chance of showers Tuesday night. More showers, even storms Wednesday, mid-70s. I'm Ken Boone from the Weather Channel on WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
Currently, we have sunshine, and we're saying some parts mostly cloudy, but we still have sunshine here in Marcy. It is 57 degrees. We've been playing a little of the audio from Katie Aiello, and I get it. Me from Rome is like, you're talking too much about this. I disagree, because there are comments on top of it. She's gone down this race road with me, and even this woman named Nesha says him saying these people tells me everything I need to know. SMH. What does that mean?
Shaking my head.
Shaking my head. Well, Nesha, however your name is pronounced. I do want to say to you, she cherry-picked that. What I said is these people that are holding events at this alleyway are the only ones you have defended. They're the only ones you have spoken with. You have not spoken to these business people. And that is anyone that has used the alleyway. I don't know of color or the type of music being played. All I know is it was loud, and the business owners are complaining about it. So when I said these people, she cherry-picked that as if I was talking about a certain racial group. That is very unfair, and that is, as Manansky will tell you, and he knows me very well. In fact, if that was me, you wouldn't be sitting here today.
No, I'm...
You're very, very particular about that issue.
No, I am. So the part of the thing that bothers me, in addition to just running to that as, I guess, an excuse or as a...
Like, this is for me, it's a racial issue.
It invalidates, as a way to invalidate your argument.
You bring in a good country band or a good, classic rock band, I'd be okay with it. No, I think the venue is a problem, period. It has nothing to do with the type of music.
And you've raised issues about this before this particular party.
Since the beginning.
Yeah. So, but part of the thing that just drives me crazy is she doesn't actually say it. She implies it with the images. So he's okay with these people, but not these people. And then she doesn't say it, but if you watch the video, she has photos.
Yeah.
So can we, there's not much left. Can we play this? Can we play this out here?
Yeah. Okay, and here we go.
The celebrations, parades, and music year-round because it's a downtown. So why do they have a problem with this crowd, but not this one? So now I end up defending a party in a process I had absolutely nothing to do with. Again, because I'm not the mayor. Because Bill Keeler and Joe Beatrice will say things to me and about me they would never say to him, even though he's the guy actually in charge. And I'm just here to tell you.
That is wrong. It is currently right now, Davey, Who's been very upset with us lately? Go ahead. Turn your mic on.
Mayor Mike.
Yeah. Why is he upset? Because I really pushed hard to have him do that sit down with Katie Aiello. And why did I do that? Because I felt like, let's put an end to this thing all at once. Let's the two of them get into the same room and talk it out. And I thought that was a very, very positive event. However, maybe not so good for the mayor, to be honest with you. And since then, the mayor's been a little abrasive towards us, to be honest.
As a matter of fact, when you were gone, we reached out to get him on after Katie came on to talk about the raise, and
he was quite abrupt with Davey.
Yeah.
So
it was a text message, which can be read differently. There's no tone, no inflection. But
I started this whole thing out about this latest Alleyway thing where I was frustrated and saying, for God's sakes, mayor, it's time to step up, put on the big boy pants, and be mayor here and end this thing once and for all. This should be, you can come in and you can fix this. And I'd gut the whole thing and turn it into a parking lot, personally. So where is that coddling the mayor? She's wrong there again. But you know what? She needs a boogeyman. She needs someone to be the enemy. That's what she feeds on. Without that, she has no air. They're coming after me in my business. It's not about her business and whether her business is successful enough to be able to handle a normal rent that everybody else has to pay. It's that they're coming after her. They're trying to raise her rent. The mean people are trying to squeeze her out because they personally don't like her. It has nothing to do with that. You have a new owner that came in that's saying, we have other plans for this, and this rate isn't going to cut it. They don't even know who you are. Can I play just the rest of it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Just a few more seconds. Here's the rest of her attack here.
No, he's the guy actually in charge. And I'm just here to tell you I can't stomach the double standard anymore. Just start treating everyone the same. That's all I'm asking.
Okay, so the other thing, real quick, when she says there's a double standard, or why don't you take this up?
Ask Joe Marino about treating everybody the same. If we're, you get caught in a lie, and it ain't pretty. It's gonna be heated.
She has been council person.
I personally like her and like having her on. I hate that it always comes to this with her.
Councilperson Aiello, though, has been kind of, I feel like, at the forefront of defending and wanting to develop that alleyway. And she's been on talking about money that was used, et cetera. It's in her district. And when there's criticism of that area, she's the one who comes out and defends it. So that's why you
we're
have
going
the conversation with her, not
and I'm
the mayor.
saying I had the conversation was with her to sit down with the business people who have been asking for this. They've been asking to sit down with her, and she's only sat down with those people. And with the word "those people" has nothing to do with race. It's those people who like the alleyway, who think it's the right move. Talk to some people who don't agree. That's all I'm saying. And Samantha Testa says, I am disappointed, Bill. I thought I was the nicest council person you've ever met. And, you take the cake. And then there's Joe Beatrice. That's how I look at it. You are the ultimate. And then there's Joe, who's one of the nicest people I've met.
And Steve chimes in this morning. He says, is there any truth to the rumor that Katie is changing her name to Katie Ocasio Keeler Aiello?
See, they hate me here, Katie. They think I'm some liberal, schmibberal, freaking snowflake. That's what they think.
Chuck Lester said you are a liberal snowflake.
Those people, Katie. Who am I talking about? Those people. It's so disappointing. It's so just disappointing. It just is disappointing.
So here's my question now that we've gotten to the end of the video. There are businesses downtown that wanted to meet with her?
Have wanted to meet with her and as a matter of fact, what I'm told, according to Nancy, is through all of this ripping into me, for the first time, Katie has finally reached out and a meeting is scheduled for today.
Oh, good.
I feel like I've done my job.
Oh, good.
So I've gone through all this, but I think I've accomplished something.
Well, wait a minute, though. Why do they want to meet with her? Why don't they just go to the mayor?
Right. That's exactly.
He's the one who's in charge
that's
of
exactly
everything, right?
She's the one that continues to promote this, and everybody else is on the other side. So that's why they go to you, Katie, because you're the first one to step up and defend. All right, let me. I want to keep going because I don't want to make this guy wait any further. Frank Hoare is the Thruway Authority Executive Director, and he is on the line right now. Frank, do I pronounce your last name correctly?
That's correct. Thank you very much.
Good morning. I'm sorry you had to wait and sit through this. Very embarrassing. I didn't know you were on the line. My apologies.
No worries. Thank you for the invitation to visit with you and your listeners.
All right. I just want to tell you right off the bat, I know there's been criticism, but I really like the new rest areas on the Thruway, personally.
Well, thank you very much. That's been the vast majority reaction to the new rest areas.
Not up here. We hate everything. You have to understand that. We are against everything up here. But I think I like being able to walk in and grab something to go, a sandwich to go, or to wait in line, to maybe sit down if you want. There are some times, I will tell you, the smaller ones are a little rough with the lines to the bathroom. But if you wait one stop, you would have gone to one of the larger ones, right?
That's correct. There are 27 total service areas on a Thruway. 26 are now completed in terms of being completely renovated and rebuilt. And the final one, which is just south of Albany, will be opening mid to late October.
Okay. And then the other thing I wanted to tell you, I think I've not been to the Canal one yet, the Canal rest area. But the one, if you're coming up from the city and just before Albany, the Welcome Center type place, that is really beautiful. And there are restrooms there. It's less populated. And there's some New York State foods in there that are really, really good. I think that's a really cool place.
Thank you very much. It is our partnership with the Department of Agriculture and Markets. We feature Taste New York products there, and it is we work with farmers throughout the Capital District, the Mohawk Valley, and Central New York to provide those New York-only products.
Okay, now let's talk about the hearing that's going to be a public information session, which will be held tomorrow regarding the North Main Street Bridge over I-90. Is this is this one in Oneida? Yeah.
Yes. That's a public information session that's being held tomorrow from 4 to 7 p.m. at the Durhamville Fire Department in Durhamville. And it's what we do regularly when we're doing construction or rehabilitation of our roads and bridges. We go out and hold a public hearing. We listen to the public. We hear what their concerns are, and we explain what the project's all about. We explain any possible detours and impacts to the local community. So we will be doing that tomorrow night in response to a project that will be upcoming for the spring of 2026 for the North Main Street Bridge in the city of Oneida.
And then I think before we know it, we're going to be dealing with this in North Utica too, right?
That's right.
Yeah. Obviously, we can all think back to the 80s when, I believe it was the 80s, when the bridge out near Amsterdam went down. We want to be proactive with these bridges.
Well, absolutely. You make a good point. These bridges are original to the Thruway, which is now 71 years old. So we have aging infrastructure. It's a never-ending project to rebuild and resurface the Thruway. And it is just an example of the $50 million of capital projects that are going right now in the Mohawk Valley through Oneida, Herkimer, and Madison. And over the next 5 years, we'll be spending $368 million in the Syracuse division, which stretches from the Mohawk Valley to just west of Syracuse.
Okay.
So it's a huge investment that we're making, but the people of Mohawk Valley should rest assured that we are taking care of those roads and bridges.
On the Thruway, why do you choose blacktop over concrete? Why, in some cases, is there concrete? Is there a strategy there, or is it just, we got a better price on concrete?
Well, it's based on first of all, on safety. What is the safest way to replace that roadway, and it's also depends on our the finances to invest in that roadway, but we look to an eye for safety and durability.
Okay, and then I would ask you about construction areas and the things that have been decided on to try to make these areas more safe for the workers who are there, who oftentimes have people flying by at 80 miles an hour and really putting their lives in danger.
It is a problem that we have. Governor Hochul is laser focused on safety. That's why she proposed, and the legislature passed this past session, a work zone safety program that invests in the safety of our workers in those areas. So it is a problem that we face every day, that our folks are out there. We have seen with the work zone safety program driver behavior change for the better. Most people are slowing down and paying attention. However, there are those out there that haven't gotten the message, that don't pay attention, that don't slow down, and for those, they will receive a violation. And it's very important to the Thruway, and a message was brought home to us last year in 2024. We had 2 of our workers killed out on the roadway, and a third one severely injured with life-altering injuries. So it is of particular importance to us, and we're working very hard on it, and the governor is doing everything she can to increase the safety for our workers and to the traveling public.
Yeah. Okay, Frank, we appreciate the time. A reminder tomorrow, 4 till 7 at the Durhamville Fire Department on Church Street is where that public hearing will be. And anything else you want people to know?
I'd ask you, we're in the middle of construction season. I would ask everyone as they're driving on the Thruway or any road, but please pay attention in general, but in particular as you approach work zones, please slow down and pay attention.
All right, I have 2 questions before I let you go. Number one, there used to be in the grab-and-go section, what do they call that, green leaf, or what is it called again?
Green apple.
Green apple. Anyway, in that grab-and-go, there used to be a locally made, a combination of a brownie and a chocolate chip cookie. It was enormous. I can't seem to find them anymore. What happened? I hope the company didn't go out of business.
I will check into that, but we have a lot of products in our convenience store, and hopefully there's something there for everybody.
That chocolate chip cookie would take me miles. I mean, it was loaded with calories. Oh, boy. And then one more. I do have Richard with a question for you. Richard, you're on with the executive director of the Thruway Authority, Frank Hoare.
Yes, good morning. Hey, something, you might have already talked about this, but I am curious. Why did they tear down those buildings? They seemed pretty adequate. I mean, they were more reflective of the Adirondack Mountains. I mean, I thought they were really nice piece of architecture. And to put down some sort of a commercial-type looking building. I thought those were really nice buildings. Why did they knock them down?
The one thing I said, Richard, is I do like the new ones. However, I do agree with you. The others seem to be pretty large, durable structures that looked more rustic. Frank, what was the general thought there? And is it cheaper to tear down and start over than it is to improve upon what's already there?
Well, that's exactly it. Those structures were 50, 60 years old. They were need a vast repair. And when we looked at redoing that project, we invested $450 million that came from the private sector. Not a dollar of toll revenue or taxpayer dollars was used to renovate and rebuild those service areas. So
did they build on top of them?
Let him finish, Richard, and then I'll let you go.
Okay.
So the current service areas, the new service areas are bigger and brighter, and have a lot more amenities and services for our traveling public.
Okay. Richard?
I see.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess the building, the structure, I mean, those are relatively new unless they built on to the original structure, but they weren't 50, 60 years old. They were relatively new. They were done in the last 25 years.
I think
money.
I think you may be surprised how quickly time flies. But
I'll
tell you, I thought the same thing. I did think the same thing, but you're seeing it everywhere today when it comes to construction. It's like, why did they tear that building down when they just could have gone into that building and utilized that building? And what I've been told by people in construction is it is more cost effective to tear it down and start over because of all the upgrades that have to be done than it is to utilize the original facility. I'm going to leave Frank. Let Frank have the final word here on that.
Okay.
Frank, go ahead.
Well, our goal was to modernize our system and to bring as many services and amenities to the traveling public, and that's what the new structures enable us to do.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yep. I did not hang up on you. I don't know what happened, Richard. But clearly, Richard is going to disagree, and I get it. Frank, though, I appreciate your willingness to come on and talk to us up here. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome anytime.
Have a great day. Thanks. I understand, right? I mean, what Richard is saying. It did seem like those buildings just went up, but I think it is, I can't believe I've been out of. I just had a class reunion. Like, you got to be kidding me! I've been out of high school that long.
Yeah, I get it.
But remember, I wouldn't go back to the 70s. It'd be the 80s and 90s when I think those buildings were built. So
the other thing is, it's apple green. I think I called it green apple.
Apple green. And the other thing is, I thought it was very interesting that no tax dollars or toll money was used in the creation of these new facilities.
Yeah, it's interesting. So I guess it becomes a for-profit venture? Is that how
I do. The one question I had, I've already asked in this question, and is why would you pick a Chick-fil-A? And I asked him this the last time we had him on. Why would you pick a Chick-fil-A that's closed on Sundays?
Yeah, I understand that.
All right. His answer was, when you look at the numbers, Chick-fil-A is so huge right now that even when you erase Sunday, it still is like the highest grossing restaurant on the thruway. That's crazy, right?
It is crazy, but at the same time, on Sunday, I want an option of something.
I agree. Well, you have other options
in that same apple green location.
Yeah, you grab and
drive
go.
Another 30 miles.
There might be a Lotta Burger, whatever they call the place. There's some box. What's that called? What's that burger place?
Jack in the Box?
Jack in the Box. Well, one of those.
Shake Shack?
Shake Shack, yeah.
Are there Shake Shacks on the thruway?
Shake Shacks.
I didn't know that.
There's what's the one with the bread soup basket up here in the
Panera?
Panera Bread. There's a Burger King. So there are other options that are out there. You're gonna be, and then there's Grab and Go.
Yeah.
Without the cookie. Cookie is so good. I don't know what's happened.
You mentioned Grab and Go 4 times. You doing endorsements for them now?
I am. Yeah, we're. They're Republican. So, Katie, I've decided to only promote Grab and Go. Davey, I will take a break, but let me do this. Stefan, hold on. I'm going to get to you. Looking for a cool new ride and a payment that fits your budget? GPO Federal Credit Union's summer auto loan rate drop is heating things up now through the end of this month, which is coming fast. Enjoy rates on 2022 to 2026 models as low as 4.74% APR for up to 5 years with checking and direct deposit. Me and Richard are going to be the ones that are like, no, this can't be true. August just started. You're telling me that it's already been 20 some odd days almost?
I feel the same way.
And the state fair is going to start? I don't think so. I don't think so. Time is just flying. Apply at gpofcu.com or stop by your local GPO branch. I drive by a local branch every single day. GPO. GPO Federal Credit Union, your journey and their commitment. Membership eligibility required. Credit restrictions apply. Loan rates are determined by overall credit history and are subject to change without notice. 0.25% rate discount is subject to checking account with direct deposit. Existing GPO loans cannot be refinanced. Promotional offer is valid now through August 31st, 2025. See the branch for full details. And I'll remind you that Randall's Pharmacy in New Hartford continues to make appointments when it comes to local businesses and workplaces. You have 30 people in your workplace. Why not have a flu shot clinic at your workplace? Everybody interested can get the flu shot on one swoop. Therefore, you try to keep the flu out of your business and keep productivity moving. Just call Randall's today. Their flu clinics are available for everyone. Call them today and schedule one by calling Randall's at 315. Hold on, I have the number right here. 315-732-1615. And yes, Davey, I will take a break. Stefan, I'll get you on the other side.
What does your welcome home look like? Is it a cozy corner or a wagging tail? The sound of kids playing in the yard or a friendly wave from the new neighbor? However you define it, let AmeriQ Credit Union help you make it happen. For 75 years, AmeriQ has helped your friends and neighbors finance the homes of their dreams. After all, there's no place like home. Let us help you finance yours. Apply today at ameriq.org/home. Membership eligibility is required. Insured by NCUA Equal Housing Lender.
Imagine if today was the day your idea changed someone's life. Imagine if you could help someone pay for college, help your community build a new playground, or help a child make it to that dream competition. With GoFundMe, it's all possible. GoFundMe is the world's #1 fundraising platform trusted by over 200 million people. Every week, ordinary people meet their goals and do extraordinary things. Your ideas matter. GoFundMe isn't just for emergencies. Want to raise money for your kid's soccer team or raise funds for a small business, a creative project, or event? GoFundMe helps you turn ideas into reality. And help adds up. Fundraisers you start for someone else raise up to 5 times more. So think right now, who could use your help? Change rarely comes from waiting. It comes from someone deciding, today I'll start. Don't wait for someone else to bring change. Today, start your fundraiser in just minutes at GoFundMe.com/news. That's GoFundMe.com/news to start your fundraiser. GoFundMe.com/NEWS. This is a commercial message brought to you by GoFundMe.
This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. Serving in the military requires great sacrifices, not just for one's country, but also for one's family. Not surprisingly, divorce for soldiers is especially difficult, and it raises a number of challenges that are peculiar to military divorce, things such as deployments, relocation, retirement benefits. These issues can be complicated. So if you're a soldier facing such challenges, go to CordellCordell.com.
518-554-0000, 100 Great Oaks, Albany.
Hi, this is Ray Durso of the Genesis Group. If you're interested in keeping up with events and news in the Mohawk Valley region, I have the show for you. It's called This Week in the Mohawk Valley, and it airs every Sunday on WIBX. Join us as we talk with area business leaders, elected officials, law enforcement, educators, and more. Don't miss This Week in the Mohawk Valley every Sunday at 9 a.m. on WIBX 950 a.m., 92.3 FM.
Now through September 1st, get up to $180 back by mail on a Firestone prepaid MasterCard. Get up to $80 when you buy a set of 4 eligible Firestone tires. Get an additional $100 when you make an eligible tire purchase with your CFNA credit card at Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair. Whether you're in Utica, Yorkville, Rome, or Herkimer, their team of professionals are ready to serve you. Subject to credit approval, restrictions apply. See Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair or online at tallmanstire.com.
Sometimes an identity threat is a ring of professional hackers. And sometimes it's an overworked accountant who forgot to encrypt their connection while sending bank details.
I need a coffee.
And you need LifeLock, because your info is in endless places. It only takes one mistake to expose you to identity theft. LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Brought to you by Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, located in Utica, Yorkville, Rome, and Herkimer, and online at tallmanstire.com.
Here's the latest from the WIBX newsroom. I'm Doug Callum. The Oneida City School District made a decision on where high schoolers will be attending class at the end of last week. Those students will be attending Otto Shortell Middle School during the first half of the school day, and middle schoolers will use it for the second half. Oneida High School is not available due to severe damage caused by flooding back in June. Details about scheduling and transportation will be revealed at a later date. The school year begins September 4th. Last week, we told you about a double-digit National Grid rate increase. Now, a state lawmaker is introducing a bill aimed at reversing National Grid's upcoming rate hike. The Public Service Commission approved the company's request to raise the average bill by $22 a month starting in September. Assemblyman Angelo Sarantibabara's proposal would allow state lawmakers to review and possibly reverse the increase when the legislature returns in January. Under current law, the PSC has sole authority to approve the hikes. A story that broke Friday, Herkimer police say it was a homeless man, 52-year-old Craig Turner, who is now in custody following a shooting on North Main Street in the village at about 10:40 p.m. Thursday night. Police Chief Mike Jory says Turner has been charged with attempted murder, second, assault in the first degree with a firearm, and several other charges. Both he and the victim were listed in stable condition at Wynn over the weekend. People are asking why the concrete sidewalks in the village of New Hartford, poured last season, had to be repaired this summer. It turns out a substandard grade of concrete was poured by the state last year. They noticed premature degrading, and the state was forced to do it all over again, pull out the old concrete and put in brand new concrete this summer. Local motorists are handing over just a little less of their hard-earned money when it comes to filling their vehicles. AAA says the average cost for a gallon of regular fuel right now is $3.08. That's down a penny in the past week, and it's 4 cents less than what folks were paying at this time last month. And that is the latest. I'm Doug Callan for WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Sunny and cooler today as we start off the business week. Temperatures this afternoon reaching highs in the upper part of the 70s. Partly cloudy skies here tonight, low 50s. Clouds mix in with the sunshine tomorrow. Afternoon highs Tuesday near 80. Chance of showers Tuesday night. More showers, even storms Wednesday, mid-70s. I'm Ken Boone from the Weather Channel on WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
Well, we're at, what is it now? Is it only 58 right now? Yeah, mostly cloudy. 58, we're going up to 77. We see a little sunshine out there, so take it for what it is. The Falcon Clinic in Washington Mills, ask about their OMT, the osteopathic manipulation treatment. If you're a patient there, this is a great option to be able to set yourself on a course for a month that you're going to be feeling so much better. It works for me. I do it every month. I see it as something that's preventative, and it can really take the pain and get rid of it. It's the Falcon Clinic. Call today at 315-507-4751. And in Sarah's Flooring Outlet, top quality carpet, gorgeous ceramic tile, durable LVP waterproof laminate and vinyl. It's the best in flooring. We're not talking about seconds here. It's the best. And you now see why more people buy from the big store. It's selection. They have the largest selection anywhere, and they'll beat anyone's advertised price. Sal makes it very clear. We will beat anyone's advertised price, end quote. So when it comes to shopping for new flooring, the choice is clear. You go to the place that has the largest selection anywhere, and 6 months interest-free financing for those who qualify at Insera's. How about that? It's Insera's Flooring Outlet. See why more people buy from the big store, Route 49 Plaza, River Road, Marcy, and InserasFlooringOutlet.com. On the line, he's been waiting for a while. I'm going to squeeze him in. The man, Stefan Rybitsky. Good morning.
Well, hello, Bill.
Well, hello, Stefan. The first series the Mets have won in, 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks?
And the pitcher that made his debut, Nolan McLean, he was hot. He pitched a great game for his debut, and
he did.
They need to keep him.
Well, I think they will keep him and not trade him away like they did another Nolan back in the 60s.
Nolan Ryan.
Yeah. No, I believe there. I don't know for a fact, but I think he might have been named after Nolan Ryan. And if not,
that's interesting.
If not, let's run with that story, even if it isn't true. Even if it isn't true.
Put it on Facebook. It'll be true.
That'll make it true. All right. Great stuff. They keep the winning going in Washington starting tomorrow, Stefan.
And also, I was at the Herkimer County Fair Saturday, and I saw Jeff there with some of his family members as well.
You got a chance. I'm told he said you got a chance to meet your dad.
Yes. I was there with my father and my son, and we were doing some Herkimer County fairing.
All right.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good time.
All right, good stuff, Seven.
And I saw Farmer Ben, and Farmer Ben said to say the crops are struggling with this dry weather we had.
It's been awful. I'm going to tell you, even though I'm watering my my tomatoes, I just can't get them to grow. Other people are doing really well. I have struggled with them this year. I don't know what's going on.
Interesting.
Terrible. Okay, Stephen, thanks, man. I got a break.
Bye, Bill.
Have a great day. Wayne, quickly, I'll squeeze you in. Good morning.
Yeah, I'm noticing my morning glories are thriving. But but Bill, quickly on that road, that you know how like when you go past VVS and then you take that first right to go to the casino instead of the second one that's nice. That one that they're doing the construction on.
Oh my God!
They're purposely leaving that road like a war torn. It looks like Utica, but
well,
it's leaving it like that because I don't think they want anybody traveling it.
It's worse than you literally have to slow down to a stop and maneuver around the Grand Canyon and then continue on. That's but that's
the whole
all.
Front end of my truck dipped.
Yeah, that's all construction. That's all because of the construction that's going on out there. You know, it's bad. Like,
I'll never take that road ever again until I see that they're not going to redo it until that new hotel's in.
Right.
But I'll tell you, it is the worst I've ever seen. Utica is 10 times better than that.
Can I tell you though that it's actually better than it was over the summer? It was actually worse. And
where's this?
It's at the Turning Stone. It's there's a side road you can get if you're coming over. What is that?
SVVS.
Pat, right at the corner of VVS, where you'll turn left, and then you'll take a right-hand turn to go over to, I forget what the name of the road is, but it takes you over behind and over to the Turning Stone.
It's called War-Torn Road.
War-Torn Road, that's right. Yeah, War-Torn Road. Yes. Wow,
Old Utica Road. Old Utica Road.
Yeah, it's really bad. You're absolutely right. So, all right, Wayne.
Have a good day, guys.
You do the same.
Later,
Thank
man.
you so much. Quick break, and then I want to talk a little tourism stuff going on in the area. And I'm not going to put anybody on the spot, but we might ask, what do you think of that alleyway?
You're going to drag her into this?
I'm not going to drag her in because she'll start getting attacked. I'm not going to drag her in. I'm not even going to ask her.
By who?
Specifically, won't.
Who's going to these
Yeah,
people
who
or those
would attack
people?
her? Ms. Aiello would do the attacking. Miss Aiello or Ms. Aiello? Either way, I'm trying to be respectful. Quick break. It's 8:47.
When it comes to the ones we love, their comfort and dignity matter most. That is why Hospice and Palliative Care is here for you. When you want your loved ones' wishes to be honored, when you want them to be comfortable, safe, and secure, and when you want them to be wherever they call home, Hospice and Palliative Care is the right choice. Our team of professional doctors, nurses, social workers, and bereavement counselors are dedicated to providing compassionate care every step of the way. At Hospice, your loved one is not alone, and neither are you. We are just a phone call away, ready to support you through this journey. Choose Hospice and Palliative Care, serving Oneida, Herkimer, and Eastern Madison County for the comfort and dignity your loved ones deserve. For more information, visit our website, hospicecareinc.org, or call us today at 315-735-6484. Hospice and Palliative Care, Middle Settlement Road, New Hartford, serving Oneida, Herkimer, and Eastern Madison counties.
When you need us most,
Are your windows old and tired? Hard to put up and down? Builder's grade windows just aren't made to last very long. Patriot Home Solutions is a different kind of window company. No games or gimmicks, no long drawn-out sales presentations, just high-quality, custom-fit windows at reasonable prices made right here in New York. And right now, you can get up to $2,000 off new windows from Patriot and NYSERDA, plus 0% interest for 18 months. Most homeowners qualify for the savings, and income is not one of the requirements. So write this number down, 315-401-0440. That's 401-0440. Patriot Home Solutions will tell you right over the phone if you qualify. Don't miss your chance to save up to $2,000 on new windows. Funds are limited, so call before they run out. Learn more at callpatriothomesolutions.com. That's callpatriothomesolutions.com.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
This is very important for people in Utica, really anywhere. Lead Safe Utica. It's a program that is on the web. You can look for it, leadsafeutica.com. And it's about lead in homes and how children 1 and 2 need to be tested for lead poisoning. It can harm a child's brain, nervous system, speech, hearing, learning, and behavior. Talk to your doctor or healthcare provider today for details. Go to leadsafeutica.com. Up to $30,000 per unit in HUD lead hazard reduction funding is available. Plus, healthy home grants to remove mold, moisture, asthma triggers, and improve air quality. Whether you're a tenant, maybe you're the landlord, and you've kind of hesitated to fix this because of money, well, up to $30,000 per unit is available. And you could apply, and you could get this and really ultimately save children. leadsafeutica.com or call 315-724-4197. And Ricky Z, if you're ready, it's the Move to Mazda, More to Move You sales event at Steve Ponte Mazda. The savings are huge on new Mazda leases, or enjoy 2.9% APR financing on new 2025 Mazda CX-30s and CX-5s with 1.9% APR financing on new 2025 Mazda CX-50s, 70s, and 90s. See the dealership for details. And as Rick says, come on in, let's make your deal on a brand new Mazda. Finished 2024, Mazda did. 2024 up 16.8% in sales year over year. So do what Rick says. Let's make your deal on a new Mazda at Steve Ponte Mazda Commercial Drive in Yorkville.
Hey, everybody in upstate New York. I don't know where in upstate New York, but thanks for listening to the Keeler Show. Never met this man. Don't know why I'm telling everybody to listen. But thank you very much. By the way, this is Larry David from Curb Your Enthusiasm. I have nothing else really to say to you, but I thank you for listening to me, tell you to listen to this man, Bill Keeler, on WIBX.
This is Keeler in the Morning, WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Okay, we're nearing the end of yet another day, and really going to be pleasant today with temperatures in the upper 70s and a lot of sunshine. Just going to be a really, really nice day. And in studio right now is Sarah Foster Calero. She is president of the United County Tourism Bureau. And get the right mic. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
So I want to say, first of all, congratulations on you guys just recently won an award.
Yes, the Telly Award. Thank you.
Explain, and it was for a TV commercial.
Yep, it was for a TV commercial, and under Oneida County Tourism, we have the Heart of New York Beverage Trail. So it features all of our breweries, the wineries that we have in Oneida County, and we work with C&D Advertising. They're our agency of record. So they produce this video. We were able to go out throughout a year, basically, and film at different partners and then use those clips for the commercial. But there are over 13,000 entries into this, so it really is a huge honor that ours was selected. Yeah,
that's awesome. And what else do you have going on? You have a lot of things that are happening.
Yeah, lots going on.
We're winding down, whether we like it or not.
From summer,
from
I know, but then we just go right into
summer.
fall, and then it's like
and for us, fall is a big
huge.
Deal.
Yeah, I mean, even when we look at occupancy, you can always tell that summer and fall are our biggest seasons.
Yeah.
But I mean, one of the biggest things that we're focusing on internally and just promoting locally, but also to people who we want to visit, is the Canal Bicentennial. So I think I talked about it last time I was on, but actually this week, have you guys heard of Flotsam, that floating river circus?
Yeah, I guess I haven't. No.
Well, I've been seeing clips going on Facebook because they've been making their way from west to east. So they will be on Friday, August 22nd at Sylvan Beach at 6:30 p.m. And it's like along that canal wall. But honestly, go look them up on Facebook.
And it's a circus.
Yeah, it's like a floating circus. And they're playing music and someone's spinning upside down and twirling. But there's Sylvan Beach on Friday at 6:30 and then Rome at Bellamy Harbor Park on Saturday at 6:30.
Okay.
So 2 chances to catch them locally. And then October is really the biggest month for the canal. There is the World Canals Conference in Buffalo that starts and ends in September, but then that Seneca Chief replica boat will be making its way across the state, again, similar to what Flotsam is doing. So they will be coming into Oneida County. It is, I want to say, like October 7th, 8th, and 9th. So it'll go Sylvan Beach, Rome, and then Utica. And it'll just be a really cool opportunity, I think, to learn more about the canal and the history, but there will be different demonstrations and education, and you can tour the boat. I know we're partnering with Rome on their event, so that'll be, again, at Bellamy Harbor Park, but fireworks, music, and just different types of programming, and really trying to get people to come out and appreciate what the canal has done for our state.
There is a lot happening right now.
Yeah. I mean, it's so busy.
It is. And, while it's not here necessarily, a lot of people from here will be doing stuff with the State Fair, which is kind of that unofficial wrap up. But still a lot of things that are happening here. And then we move on into September and October, which are also really, really big. And then next year is the 250th anniversary
America 250,
of America. So we'll be a big part of that as well.
Yeah, no, it's really exciting, and I'm excited that we have a part on the committee for Oneida County. So this will be made of all different, people across the Fort Stanwix and Oriskany battlefield. But we just have so much history in Oneida County, and I think that this is a really cool way to tie it in, and even for the canal. But we're doing like come for the canal, stay for the history. This will be come for the history and stay for everything else. So
I remember maybe 25 years ago, somebody in the New York Times had written a column where they decided they knew the rich history that we have, especially throughout our history, 250 years, but then also with the Revolutionary War and the Civil War and the canal and everything. So he had come up, stayed at Hotel Utica, and said, I wanted to spend the weekend just doing things in the Utica Rome area in the Mohawk Valley. And he said nothing was open. This is 25 years ago. Nothing was open, and he ended up after the first day going to Cooperstown. So I think we've really done a good job of improving in that area.
I agree. And, I think
probably
I
have
will
further
say
to go, but
Mondays are the toughest day.
Yeah.
And it's not just here, but, not that it makes it easier, but Mondays are typically like when a lot of our restaurants, even Fort Stanwix, Munson, those huge attractions close. But yeah, I think it's like doing a good job on educating, and even us thinking of that for our promotions, that we make those notes, or say encourage people to check in advance, call ahead. We just hosted a travel writer who came in, and he really focused on a lot of our historic sites. He stayed in Utica but went out to Rome, and it was a similar concept. We said you have to be careful.
We've also done and I'm not saying this is through history. We just have not told the Oriskany battlefield story well enough to the point where it's recognized outside of our area.
Yeah.
We had one of the, I forgot what she was promoting, but it was history. But not from here. She's now here, a transplant. Those are the ones that tend to really appreciate our area more, it seems. But it said that in Saratoga, they reference the Oriskany battle as a skirmish. When it was far greater than that. So maybe down the road, that could be a pet project.
We'll have to talk to our friends out in Saratoga.
All right. Anything else you want to know?
No, I would say just if people want more information, OneidaCountyTourism.com. We have a landing page specifically dedicated to the bicentennial, and then follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Visit Oneida County NY.
Okay, Sarah, thank you.
Thank you.
Doing a great job.
Thank you.
And then I want to tell you before we get out of here, if it's concrete work and driveways or repairs of those old that old foundation, you're seeing it crumble away. Boy, can Brank Construction cover that. David and Brocco Brank are there to assist you, and you want to get this before it's the big problem, before it's crumbling away. You want to get in and get it repaired. They can assist. Call 315-894-3481. Also, great basement windows. These are windows that are using just the top quality product. Call Brank today at 315-894-3481.
From the Stanley Theater Studio, WIBX Utica, Rome, WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM, celebrating 100 years.
Russia should not be rewarded. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky posted that on X, adding the war must be ended and reliable security guarantees are required for Ukraine, after new Russian attacks left at least 7 people dead ahead of his White House meeting today with President Trump.
Alongside images of a burning apartment complex with massive holes in its roof, President Volodymyr Zelensky condemns what he calls a demonstrative and cynical strike. Posting on X, the Ukrainian leader accusing Russia of timing the attacks to coincide with today's big meetings in Washington. Kharkiv, Zaporizhia, Sumy and Odessa all targeted this morning.
So Jonathan Savage. As for the Trump-Zelensky talks today, 6 months after their contentious meeting, leaders from NATO and Europe will join them right after for more discussions following Friday's Alaska summit between the president and Russian leader Vladimir Putin.
Secretary of State Marco Rubio denied a claim from a European official that President Trump supports Putin's proposal to freeze the front line if Ukraine hands over control of the Donbas region, which Russia has not been able to conquer fully militarily.
Fox's Jackie Heinrich at the White House. Now an update to this from Utah.
I got them officers down. Still shooting.
That's from Broadcastify's officers in Tremonton were responding to a disturbance. Now, John Franke with Fox 13 reports.
We did learn that 2 officers involved in this incident were shot and killed. The third was injured. That person in fair condition. A police canine was also shot in this incident and taken to a veterinary hospital in the Salt Lake Valley. We're told the canine also in fair condition.
Now, the suspected gunman was tracked down and arrested and is now charged with aggravated murder. Police in New York City keep searching for multiple gunmen in a shooting early yesterday morning at a Brooklyn lounge. 3 people were killed, 9 wounded. America's listening to Fox News.
A couple years ago, I was in the bathroom at the airport when I dropped my smartphone in the toilet. Not smart. I was multitasking when I should have been focused on the job at hand. Embarrassing, but I'm not alone. According to Google, 7 million other multitaskers accidentally dropped their phones into the bowl last year. A gentle reminder that right now you can get yourself a brand new Samsung Galaxy A36 absolutely free with a $35 plan from Pure Talk. The A36 comes with scratch-resistant Gorilla Glass and a battery that'll last all day, along with unlimited talk, text, and data on America's most dependable 5G network. In other words, it's tough and smart. Something to think about next time you're multitasking in the necessary. Just dial pound 250, say keyword Mike Rowe to get your free phone today. You can make the switch in just 10 minutes. That's pound 250. Say Mike Rowe to switch to a no-nonsense smartphone and a company that actually stands for